Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, or they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X podcast. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm Malcolm. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dad, with you in the building.
In the flesh.
Day one of Black History Month.
Day one of Black History
Let's clap it up early.
Month.
Let's clap it up early.
Power to the people. Yeah. All that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Number one father and son podcast. I want to shout out a friend of mine named Sinestra, because she said, we're a father and son podcast, but sometimes you don't know who the father is, and sometimes you don't know who the son is. And I think that's the perfect definition of what this show is.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So she nailed it when she said that, and I had to laugh and agree. But that's what it is.
Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for joining us, family.
Yes, we got a special guest who will be in the building very shortly.
Yes, sir.
Brother Blue Pill.
Clap it up.
You heard?
Clap
in
it up.
the building, in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about this event that we have going on February 3rd.
Matter of fact,
at Nicholas Bookstore in Brooklyn.
Let me put the link in the chat.
Put the link in the description right now.
Well, it's in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat for the lazy people, you know.
Okay, put in the chat for the lazy people.
Put in the chat
and I
for you
believe
guys.
early bird tickets is tomorrow's the last day. Friday, tomorrow's the last day. Get them tickets. You know, black folk like to just show up and do their thing, but you get a significant discount if you get the tickets early.
I admire people who wait till the last minute and like for stuff that has like a limited amount, and then they just go, and I'm just getting at the door.
I'm just gonna walk up, and then they realize they can't.
Like I admire the gall. You know what I'm saying? Like know.
Yeah, and then black folk, we got to get our money. Today's the 1st. I got to pay my bills.
Oh, that's a fact. Right.
And then I got to see if I have anything left. Come on down there and see Black Spot and them and Blue Rock and all them. They're going to be down there. Ain't that what they said?
Yeah.
And so they come on down and have a good time. So we will be doing Black Mythstory.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be going into, more of how deep our own story is, and how we need to tell these narratives to a younger generation who now has the ability to take them stories and make something truly significant out of it.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So we'll be in the building.
So yeah, we'll be in the building, and we'll be selling some of these threads.
Oh, that reminds me. How did I forget?
29 for 29.
It is 29 for 29. Our 6th annual.
6th
or 5th?
Or 5th. We'll say 5, whatever.
5. I think it's 5th year.
5th annual.
5th annual.
This is our way of giving back to the people who support us.
Yeah.
And the people are very smart. Our shoppers. We don't do no numbers in January.
Yeah.
We do the holiday number. Then they go, nah, because I know 29 for 29. I've been having my eye on that hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold off. And so it's the whole month It's our way of giving back, and we usually ramp up the Afrocentric stuff. You know, more power to
the people.
The people. They got the Malcolm and Martin little mini series coming out.
But the actors, they're not.
Okay, all right.
But they're not, you know.
They're not FBA?
They're not FBA, so, you know.
They like, why they keep using these foreigners to play these American people?
I don't know.
Like, we can't play ourselves or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to get on my FBA shit.
Sometimes
you have to.
Sometimes when it's like painfully obvious, because I'd rather not, but sometimes when it's like,
sometimes
oh,
like, God damn, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know what that's really all about. Because...
But Jamaican people are upset because of Bob Marley. He not.
Oh, that's right.
JBA.
What is he? He's he's not JBA.
He's not JBA.
That's funny. That's funny. So what is he? He's England, right?
Yeah, he's British.
He's British.
He's England. That's what.
Oh, he's he's British. He's British.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be a problem. But he looked like he tearing the hell out that part now.
I'm gonna go see it though.
Now, like I said, the brother who did Godfather in Harlem, when they changed the Malcolm,
oh yeah,
homie looked like he was eating pork, man. Malcolm face would never look like that. Dude had craters in his face, shit. And I'm like, come on, if you're gonna get a Malcolm, at least get somebody who we can believe is Malcolm.
That other dude, I believed him.
Yeah, that other dude, I believe him. That motherfucker look like Malcolm.
But he did it so well, he didn't want to get typecast.
Nigga, where's the money at?
Yeah.
Typecast me, I'll be Malcolm X, Malcolm Y, and a repeat Malcolm Z. Shit, keep that money coming. Yeah. And so with that being said, we want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us, man. Always, all the time. We appreciate you guys for being here. Let's do a quick roll call.
Yeah. Where's everybody from?
I saw Tampa Bay in the house. Shouts out to Lord Knows.
Nice, Lord Knows.
Cali. Oh no. The DMV in the house.
Okay.
Harlem in the building. Harlem on the rise was good.
Okay. Naptown in the building.
Naptown was happening.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Troy Benz. He's here from Baghdad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Our man Troy Benz is from Baghdad.
He's in the house. Cleveland was good.
Jacksonville, Detroit,
Freeport. North Carolina was good.
Kansas City, go Chiefs. Okay.
Jacksonville was happening.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Houston.
Shout out Cambada. That's where Cambada's from, I believe.
Pittsburgh, Austin, Texas. ATL in the house. Raleigh
Planet
in the
Brooklyn.
house.
Man, everybody's in the building, man.
B-Mall. Cali was good. Ontario was good. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it all.
We appreciate it all.
We got a great show for you tonight.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
We always have a great show for you.
We got some stuff to talk about.
And it's the first of a 29-day. Now, side note, this month has 4 of every day. For Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The next time that happens in February is 823 years, from what I understand.
TikTok University?
Talk to my sources at TikTok.
TikTok University?
That's what they told me.
Got you.
And so I wanted to share that with you guys.
I believe it.
And boom. So that means it's something magical going to play. All right, Isaiah Bryant, Peace Family, Malcolm, I got your link. I'm officially off child support. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm back on my donations. Shout out to my people who is unjustly put through that system. That's right.
No disrespect to my sisters. You got to add the part. That's what he said.
Oh, no disrespect to my sisters who got deadbeat dad. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about I'm a good dad. And you still want to run me through because I got a new shorty. She's bad as hell. And she's around here making him laugh and smile. And so now you want to run me through a court system. That ain't right.
And Brandon Gibson, shouts out to you. He said, y'all call out the same cities every show. Jonesboro, Arkansas, never get no love. My bad. We got
Arkansas.
you.
We
got you.
We just be calling who in the chat.
That's
there.
it, my fault. Like, you know.
Yeah, okay, but Arkansas, yeah.
We here with you.
Yeah, so shout out my man, Isaiah. He's saying he's finally off that.
Yeah.
Big it up to the brothers who've been through that.
So let's get started, man.
Let's do this thing.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So you want to get, because we were talking about TikTok, do you want to talk about, what was going on in the streets of TikTok?
Yeah, sure. Let's rip.
I was given word this morning by my lady who was also a TikTok head. Something was going down with the viral star Keith Lee.
So
I'm like, oh damn, what happened? But it wasn't what he did. It was with the person that he helped out there. Okay, so this was in Dallas. He went to a food truck, helped this lady out, ordered some food, loved it, gave a $5,000 tip
Yes.
Right? And on video, you can hear him say, give money to the barber, because there was somebody cutting hair. He was like, give money to the barber. He gave her directions on what to do with the money. Now, you can't control what somebody does with the money, but what she did was kind of foul.
Yes.
Right? She just kept all the money.
Yes.
Right? And then she said she gave some money to her son, and because those rest of the people who were helping her, weren't like a part of her staff, she was like, I don't know them, they not with me. Those are my friend, my son's people, and he could hand out the money how he sees fit, and she only gave him like $1,000.
Not only that, he gave $4,000 for the tips. He gave an additional $1,000 or close to it, and said, give out free
food,
meals
yes.
for the day.
Yes.
She gave out 3 meals while he was there.
Yeah. He got back in the car.
He got back in the car. He gone, and then she stopped.
All right, single file.
She
Cards
started
out.
selling meals again. And so that's a unique way of showing how you block your own blessing.
Yeah, and very, very short-sighted thinking on her because right now she's on the internet doubling and tripling down.
She's tripling down on it.
Like, this is like, I don't care. Like, they wasn't with me. There's my son's peoples, and I don't know them. And he was only giving out haircuts for it. He think he gonna get $1,000, even though Keith Lee said, yo, give him $1,000. Like,
Yes.
Right?
Keith Lee was sending out a blessing.
Yes.
This is how he stays blessed. You know what I mean? And so what she didn't realize is the money is a currency. It is a energy. And how it flows, you either block the energy, stop gap, put a rubber block in between where the conductor of the energy or wood doesn't connect, or it connects and keeps moving. And so what she demonstrated in her mind, but it also goes to tell you, in her mind, that was a lot of money.
Yes.
And so therefore, she thought this was her come up and didn't realize it was her knockdown,
Yes.
so to speak.
Because now what's going to happen is this situation goes viral, and now we know your business, your food truck, as the lady who did her workers'
Oh,
grind.
because just as fast as the good news spread, the bad news spread twice as fast.
Exactly.
And so now, when I'm in Dallas, remind me
Not to go
stop
there.
by
Not to go there.
that lady's food truck, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get that
But yo, so
shit on my hands.
when I
that
I saw that, and I was watching a few people talk about it, people from Dallas and stuff, because the girl who kind of like exposed this, she has her own platform as well, like her own followers as well.
Right.
So you never you never know who you do grimy, right?
Yes.
Because you could do somebody foul that has a big platform to put you on blast.
Right.
And then too, it just reminds me of how a lot of black businesses, black partnerships break down over something as couple $1,000s.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like you thinking like, it's never gonna get more than this, so I gotta get mine now.
Yes.
And then run over who I need to run over in the process, and not thinking like, yo, this is groundworks for something.
Yeah, like, bitch,
better.
you think it too small.
Think it too small.
You think it too small.
Yeah.
Right? And so kudos to those who brought light to this, because with the work he does, and I appreciate it, because he doesn't go into the stores. He sends people in. He wants an honest review of your service, how we treat people, and of course the quality of the food and the quality of service. That's why we here at Urban X pride ourselves in service.
Absolutely.
Right? You order something, you're going to
Get it.
get what you ordered. If there's a problem, we take care of it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? At all cost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's important, and we learned that early on. You know what I mean? Because I'm not after your money, I'm after your business.
Facts.
Right? I want to create these relationships with you. And how many times black people open up a store and the prices are sky high?
Yeah.
Like $8 for Captain Crunch? God damn.
Yeah.
Right? Because they try to get all their money back in one shot.
Yeah.
Because our understanding of how this thing works, it'll be 5 years in a normal brick and mortar business before you make a profit.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you can't make book, which means everybody's getting paid, but we're treading. And in that 5 years, you learning ups, downs. You're building a camaraderie with the community. They know you're gonna be here, and then it pops off.
And what happens is, especially now, social media era, right? So when we think about starting a business, this is what I've noticed in people. They are excited for like couple moments. The launch moment.
That's a big moment.
That's a real big moment. You getting all the dopamine hits. You getting all the praise
you
online
proud,
and stuff
your
like
family's
that.
proud of you.
Everybody's liking the gram and stuff like that. And then once they like launch like a new product, whatever that is, but there's mad space in between that people just kind of. I don't think they just don't think about. There's space. There's days where you just answering emails. There's space. There's days where you just packing orders. You're just printing out labels. You're just sending.
There's days ain't no money coming in.
There's days nothing is happening, and you have to be okay with that. You kind of have to just plow through it.
Because me as a businessman, I've looked around here, and it's only 3 of us,
Bro.
And I'm like, who can we cut?
We got expenses.
We got somebody. Malcolm is my son.
You know what I mean?
But damn, Mama thought that's my late one of you. And then they conspiring. Yo, he's sick.
He's sleeping. Like he just
all
took a
the time.
nap.
He just took a nap. Nigga go down for another nap. So they trying to cut me. And until the money come back in and we go, all right, everybody huddle up. Everybody can pay their bill.
You know what I'm saying?
And people don't understand those moments in the business that require a lot. And last note on this, if I give you my money, now nigga, I don't play with my money. You said you wanted 1,000, I'ma invest 1,000. I'm expecting my 1,000 back right away.
Yeah, that's another
And my
thing.
1,000 don't come back right away, and you start telling me stories. Cause what happened is, listen. Shit, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I've had a nigga give me $25 and like, look, I'm saying, cause you don't give me a speech with $25, man. It's $25.
Yeah.
Just keep it, man.
Yeah.
God damn. So, it gets real crazy. But again, a lot of our people don't understand business, and they watching these influencers.
That's who
who walk off a rented jet talking about, because if you just apply yourself, like,
we got the same 24 hours.
We got the same 24 hours. Dude, let me tell you all the shit I done did. I'm up. And you're like, God damn, you see that up? Then you realize this nigga's not that up.
Yeah.
So don't listen to these grifters telling you all these amazing stories and shit.
Yo, it can be boring, it can be frustrating, it be all of that, but it's just like you and a lot of people don't realize that sometimes when you start a business, people do it, they have a job, I hate my job, I'm gonna start a business.
Right.
That becomes your job now.
Yes. You open up a store, and now you don't have the 3 weeks or 4 weeks vacation.
Who gonna watch your store?
That the post office gave you and shit, and your benefits is down. You in the store all day. Now you hate the store.
You hate your customers.
You hate your what, lady?
Yo, lady,
what?
you come in and ask what's the price of this same
Every single
milk
day.
every day. You know how much it is,
You know how
lady.
much it costs. God damn it.
Yeah, man.
And you should stop playing these lottos because you never win.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a few.
Yeah.
And so you wind up hating the one thing that you thought you aspired
Right.
to love. So be careful and make sure whatever you get into, that there's a love and there's an understanding that it may not always be rewarding financially. We just gave a whole seminar.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We just gave a real life seminar for you people out there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But shame on this lady. Shame on her.
Shame on her.
Shouts out to Keith Lee because I like what he's doing.
Do we have her name?
I don't have her name actually.
All right. Somebody put her name in the chat, and I want to throw darts at that shit. I'm going to put some juju on her shit. Give her food truck a flat tire.
Yeah.
I ain't going to hurt her because that ain't cool. But I'm calling on, the ancestors in the month of February, in the spirit of black business and cooperative economics, to please...
Chef Kim, that's her name.
Chef Kim, please give her food truck a flat tire. Don't hurt her because she's a black woman, but give her a bucket, give her 2 flat tires.
Yeah.
And make
her work for that.
Make the cost of the flat tires cost $4,000. And which is what he gave her, amen, in the name of Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just put the juju on that. That's a go.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
That's a go. Yeah, that's a go. Yeah. Don't hurt her, but
All right.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Back to rap beef. We talked about Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki the other day, and people were like, "Why does this matter?" What? It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to talk about. Benzino and Eminem are back at it again. Like this is 2002.
Oh, they've had an ongoing. This is 20
Since like
years.
the 90s, right?
This is
Since
long
he didn't
beef,
give him five mics on in the Source, right?
On the Source magazine. Yeah.
So Eminem dissed Benzino out of nowhere recently. I thought
That
it was
didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was out of left field. It was like he was bored, and then
And
you know,
just, and
I don't
went
got
in on
nothing to
it.
rhyme.
And
with.
then he went in on his daughter too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because his daughter's famous now.
Yeah, I know his daughter's famous and all, but
Coyle Ray.
we kind of stay away from the kids.
Yeah, it was just kind of like it felt like he needed something to rhyme with. He was just like, you know what?
Let me
Fuck
rhyme that.
Benzino too.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get it, but Benzino came out with a song, and then it was
It was mid. It was mid.
But he came out with another joint called Rap Elvis.
Ooh.
And guys, he might not have written a bar in this, but it was good. Like
It was fire. I'm gonna drop bomb on that.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I sent it to Malcolm right away.
Yeah.
I said, yo, this is fire.
Yo.
Because he didn't lie.
Yeah.
He told the absolute truth. Eminem avoids
Real MCs.
real MCs.
And
he picks on white people who can't fight back.
Or singers.
Or singers,
or his mom.
Usually people who can't fight back.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he thinks that that's pandering toward us because he's, talking about, these white people. But, dude, you in the rap arena, you want to be considered one of the greats, which
Yeah.
I've never considered him
my
one
gosh.
of the
And
greats.
if I see any one of you in this chat caping for Eminem in Black History Month, and Black Ass History Month, you're getting blocked.
You're getting blocked.
10 minutes at least.
Yeah. Put them on, sit them down.
At least timeout.
Yeah, and I wrote an article a long time ago in Four Corners newspaper called "White Men Can't Rap." And
Somebody said, no, listen, Benzino cannot rap. But what he said was all true.
yes.
And it was just like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. The truth overlapped the fact he couldn't write. So anyway, I wrote an article in Four Corners newspaper. Me and brother Blue Pill, that's how we hooked up. We was out there killing them in the streets. And I will say this, Blue always fought for my work to remain as, in the integrity of it. And my man JP was, stop, I can't, we can't put that out there. Because white men can't rap. I mean, can't they? And I'm like, if you understand what I'm saying from a melanin standpoint and us being able to hear sounds and understand spaces within sounds that they can't pick up because everything is very linear.
Shouts out to the mods for muting some people who are defending.
Yeah. Mute that right away.
For caping for Eminem. Get out of here.
So I put out an article called "White Men Can't Rap," and I stand by it. And it's in my book as well. But yeah, shout out Four Corners, shout out JP, shout out Blue Pill. Yeah.
Time out for all of y'all.
Yeah, time out for them in the
Time
Black
out for
History
all of
Month
you.
telling me Eminem is So shout out Benzino for dropping the Black Rap Elvis.
I like it.
Or the Rap Elvis.
I like it.
Because he didn't
you know
lie.
what's crazy? I think I've always believed that when people give like Eminem the battle rap, like nobody want to see, they was thinking of 8 Mile.
The movie.
Yeah, they were just thinking of the movie.
And he probably came up in his neighborhood,
Probably.
Malcolm, and rhymed, battled a few guys. I'm not saying he can't rhyme per se.
No, he can rhyme words
but that's
with the
not
best
what
of them. But that's not
what an MC is. Don't get me started. We can go and sit here for 5 hours and tell you what an MC is. You know what I mean? And that, and to hear Rakim, who I love, to say that this dude, if he was black, he'd be the greatest. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt.
I know it did.
It hurt. So I'm giving this round to Benzino.
I am too.
And I'm going to say it's been 4 days and where y'all at? You know what I mean? It's time. You have to respond to this. And you can't respond with that all that super fast shit that nobody understands. Because that's not what Benzino did. He came nice and slow.
Sound like he was reading off a paper.
Sound like he was reading off paper.
He said you avoided him, you avoided her, you avoided him, you tried to diss Joe Budden when he was retired.
Yeah.
You avoided him. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I was impressed. It was just me.
Yes.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So off of that, going back to business now, Byron Allen, he is trying to buy Paramount now for $14 billion.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like $14 billion.
So remember we spoke about this last year. We spoke about Byron Allen trying to buy BET, and the parent company, which was Paramount, saying no.
Right.
And he even said like, "Yo, y'all turned down my offer that was way over like damn their market value what BET is worth, and y'all turned me down." So now he probably took it personal, and he's trying to buy Paramount.
He's trying to buy the parent company of BET.
Yes.
Now that's a boss move. I don't know where he get all this money from.
He's got to be working with a crew of people.
That's got to be a collective people because I don't think he's worth $14 billion. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's worth that much.
No, he probably got some team of investors.
Investors, and now they're gonna buy Paramount.
I have a question though.
That would be Paramount. See how it's Paramount, but that would be. They're like a double entendre.
Look at the judges. Look at the judges. Okay, I'm gonna allow it.
Okay, just saying.
I'm gonna allow it. But is this him purchasing Paramount? Is it on the same level of if Bill Cosby would have got NBC in 2024?
Paramount, who's down with Paramount? It's a lot of companies down with them. A lot of.
I know hold on.
We know BET.
I want to actually get this.
All right, let's investigate that. I didn't understand the want for BET because people don't. Okay, tell me who's down.
So it includes BET, CBS.
Oh, CBS,
Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon.
Oh shit.
Showtime, Paramount
shit.
Pictures.
Oh hell
movies.
yeah. Hell yeah. You just answered your own question.
Yeah.
Hey, he buy that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to contact him because I need a show. God damn, that's a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand the want to buy BET because black people are not watching BET like that.
Yeah.
But when you look at the vertical move of all of the companies that go with it, and how there's 3 M's that we speak about, and that's music, movies, media, right? And so that's one of the 3 pillars, so to speak, that's important when you're shaping the minds of individuals.
Yeah, right.
And their thought stream and really hijacking their own thought streams because most people are too lazy to think for themselves. And so thought has to be provided for them. And so that's one of the platforms to do it. And so that's why Bill Cosby, who did try to buy NBC, according to, what's the guy, Elijah, I forget the guy who was on the show with him.
Dougie Doug.
Dougie Doug. Why did I say Elijah?
No, dude.
Dougie Doug, who said he remembered the phone call he got from Bill, and he verified what people turn into a conspiracy theory, hotep rumor. You know what I'm saying? And niggas make all kind of jokes about it. Oh, that nigga, he trying to, you know what happened to Diddy, right? He was trying to buy NBC. You know, and niggas clowning us and shit. But so Byron Allen understanding the importance of this, Bill did too. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to get into Bill's personal transgressions.
You guys don't see, it's still interesting because Byron Allen, remember, when he had that lawsuit, right? And he wound up getting all of those channels and stuff like that. But remember, when people first realized he had a lot of money.
Right.
When he was going on the Breakfast Club and stuff like that. And then
on his black campaign.
He was like,
if you don't vote, if you don't put your money behind Byron, you ain't black.
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
he went on that campaign.
So he went on that campaign. But every time he puts his money behind something or he tries to bid for something, they don't accept it.
Right.
And this is, mind you, white wife, still, you know what I'm saying, still.
Right.
Like,
he parades her. Listen, I'm down with you guys.
Yeah, and he still gets denied. So I always just think that's fascinating.
It's fascinating because it's only, now if he was investing in electronics or whatever else, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about you want to invest in the minds of the people, now you're messing with, primary source of everything.
Yeah.
And so we cannot allow that. And so that's, I think, where Bill ran into the roadblock. And because could you imagine a whole network of Cosby shows? Not Cosby shows, but it's a different world. Changing the mindset of what we see as young people. You know how many people said they actually went to college because of watching a different world? It wasn't even in the lexicon of their thought process until they saw it on TV and said, wow, I can do that, or that's an experience I want. And so he's on to something, but I'm gonna wish him the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how this plays out because
You know.
and I just want to know his because he really is trying to get some media. Like he is like everybody else is going tech, or app or something.
Right.
And he's staying true. He tried to buy BET and he's trying to do this now. So we'll
Interesting, very interesting.
We'll see what he does with what he does with it will be the next.
Right, because you see with Tyler Perry, he's still putting out Tyler Perry shows.
Yeah.
And it ain't working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same narrative, but when you own a network, you do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're hoping for.
But that would be like, we understand what Tyler Perry's about. We understand his shows, but just on paper, right? He has a whole studio and films, the sound stage and stuff like that. He has a whole network and stuff like
If
that.
they join forces.
That'd be crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
And I
would
wanna
be.
say
Like, just
this-
on paper, I get it. Don't yell at me.
I
in
want
the
to
chat.
say this to Byron Allen. I've said some things about you here on this show, about your white wife, who I've never met. I will shake her hand if it comes to that and stand next to her for a photo op. I'm just saying, in case you run into that deal and you looking for a nice father and son team, we are here. If you are willing to forgive me for the things that I have said about you. If Jesus can forgive, you look like a good Christian, and so you should forgive me.
But so this goes into like another topic. There were a lot of, I don't know if you guys remember during the 2020 protests and what's his name?
George Floyd.
George Floyd protests and riots and stuff like that. A lot of white companies were feeling guilty. They were throwing a lot.
They were feeling very guilty.
They were throwing a lot of money at black companies,
they
at
was
black
throwing that money around.
creators
Black
and stuff
Lives
like
Matter.
that. It
Yeah,
was mad black shows greenlit during that time. They're all gone.
Wow.
Mad of them got canceled. Rap shit on HBO got canceled. Sweet Life, I think that was another Issa Rae show. Like all her shows damn near got canceled.
Oh, Lisa Ray?
Issa
Issa Rae.
Yeah.
All her shows?
Because she had a big deal with HBO and a
I
bunch
remember.
of them got canceled.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you that they're it's always about the bottom line.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about giving equity to black creators. It's not about anything. It's about bottom line. So we'll see. What happens if he gets this.
You know what looks like a good TV show? What's the high school show they got out? Remember he used to play in Everybody Hates Chris. He's in a new show. He's not the principal.
Abbott Elementary. It's hilarious.
Abbott Elementary looks hilarious.
Yes, it's hilarious. Yes.
So I don't watch TV
No,
at
it is.
all.
That is a good show.
But that looks like good TV.
Yeah, they canceled a bunch of shows, man. Like I said, that show Grand Crew, I just got on it and then they just canceled it. It's hilarious.
Okay, so now the movement is over.
Yeah.
The black empowerment, even the basketball players had it on the court.
Remember,
right?
you remember when they all did the kneeling with the kente?
With the kente, all the Congress people.
I saw a tweet that said, like, if I didn't see this in real time, I'd have thought it was AI. Like,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
They was at the Washington Congress or somewhere, and they all had on the kente.
But, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Remember, we said that a lot of these companies, they're doing this thing where, like, it feels like they're trying to cape to black people, then lose a bunch of money in the process. So they go, see, this doesn't work.
Right.
So we're not going to do this anymore. That's what it feels like.
Got you.
To me.
But we are in a loop because, again, 4 years ago, same two teams in the Super Bowl, Chiefs,
True.
49ers, same two presidential candidates, Biden, Trump for the most part. And then we also had a lockdown. We had a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
And so let's keep an eye on all that kind of stuff.
Shaking my head.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
I wanted to talk about this guy named Kelvin Moore.
Kelvin Moore. Sounds familiar.
Kelvin Moore. His family is suing, I believe, the Mississippi police department because his body was returned to them with no organs.
Yes.
Right? And apparently they're saying that the university, I want to get the story, hold on. I think the University of one of these hospitals has a long history of doing this to people. Yes, the University of Alabama at Birmingham has been taking the organs of incarcerated people without family consent for years, apparently.
And they have been using them for experimentation or
Science. Yeah.
without the permission of the people in Alabama. Okay, that's a crime. And that has nothing to do with what's happening behind the prison with all them nameless bodies that they just buried in shallow graves with their organs.
Yo, guys, we might have, not we, us up here, but like just like, you know, society right now, they might have just uncovered in Alabama. Wait, that was Mississippi. That was Mississippi.
Okay, sorry about that.
Mississippi, Alabama, right there, right?
Yeah,
right there. So we might have just uncovered like a pathway for organ harvest, organ trafficking. You know what I'm saying?
Like a big
ring,
portal.
ring, a big ring. Like it might be going through there. Like it might just be an area where like they've been moving unfettered. Like we know we could get organs from this area right
this
here.
is a good area for us to get all the organs we need and things of that nature. Low vibration, not in terms of the people. The spirit of the people is amazing. I want to be clear with that. But in terms of monetary, economic, these things always tend to take place in places strife with economic hardship. And as a result of that, it goes unnoticed in a lot of cases. But I love 2024, bro, because you are going to find out everything you wanted to know is going to be available for you to find out. You just have to then ask yourself, are you ready for it? How many of our brothers and sisters are ready for a level of information that is going to shock and rock your foundation? You know what I mean? And that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So our condolences out to his family. I know this happened a while back. But this also tells you when your family members show up at the funeral home that you have to sometimes spend a few extra dollars for an autopsy on your own, if possible, to find out if their organs are even in their body. They finding these people with poles for legs, and it's no part of the human body goes to waste when you waste it. You know what I mean? And so that's part of the problem. You know what I mean? And so you already know when they bury you, you already know they're not keeping your casket down. As soon as your car drive off, they keep it for a little while.
Guys, if you guys know anybody in the funeral, in the cemetery business,
I got a case where a lady, I'm gonna bring it up next time. They went exactly like I said.
I gotta know how they do this.
He wanted his daughter's body exhumed for DNA, something connected to DNA, and when he showed up, they started fumbling the papers. They pulled out a big ass book with dust on it. Poof. What was the number? And they went, and where they went, because the dude said I paid for 3 lots there. They would think it was his mother, daughter, somebody else, and nobody was there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gone. Dude, you think I'm gonna let a $2,000 marble casket go to waste because your auntie in that shit? I'm gonna wait until y'all leave. You never see them cover the body.
Sometimes you do.
No, you don't. They go ashes to ashes, dust. And then why are they always in a rush?
Because they got more funeral.
No, nigga. That's the shit they tell you. Yo, we gotta keep it moving. We gotta get y'all out there and y'all do y'all piece. Y'all throw a little rose down and shit, little flower. And then what they do, they show you 2 people, 2 little essays pouring the dirt, and you go, all right, man. And then you look out in the rearview mirror of your car and you think they're burying. As soon as that car pull up, hey, bring that shit back up.
Oh my God.
And then they dust that casket off. They only sell 2-3 caskets a week. The same 2-3 caskets. What's wrong with y'all?
Oh my God.
I would. I mean, it's just business. I mean, how? And then I need people to die. I mean, this is a crazy business.
If you guys know any funeral directors, I really want to know how this works.
To me,
I promise you.
That's the oldest, right?
Yeah.
That's guaranteed money.
Okay.
Then somebody showed up and said, "Dude, don't bury him with the organs. We'll cut you in. Give me his heart, his kidneys, his bladder, his guts, and we'll cut you in on that." just keep his frame.
Yeah.
And then they learn how to make the frame. Because, come on, your dead people don't look that. You go, oh, well, you know, he had a hard life. No, that nigga had a hard life. They took all of his organs out.
Oh my gosh.
This is spooky shit, man.
Yeah.
This crazy. This crazy shit, man.
Jesus. Man.
And so that's the business they're in. I'm gonna present my receipt on the next show or two. I gotta just find it. That I think I saved it. And so they're suing that funeral home.
Okay.
All right. And with that being said, I think it's time for a break.
Real quick, I just want to talk real quick about the immigration problem that's happening.
Oh, now you want to get all political?
Yeah, politics, and then we go to commercial break. But Governor Ron DeSantis is sending the Florida National Guard and the Florida State Guard troops to Texas to help seal the border.
Oh, it's going down now.
Yes, and then the NYPD had a protest the other day in New York City because I think 7 migrants put the beats on two police officers, and they got out without bail.
And they doing this. They came out of jail, middle finger in the cameras.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So again, this is the beginning.
And I'm hearing that there are a lot of gangs being formed by these migrants.
They was gangs before they got here.
Yeah, so basically based on where they're from. That's how the Latin King started in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like it was it's a few other Spanish gangs here in New York.
MS-13.
MS-13.
It's quite a few. And what they do is it's an us against them
Yes.
mentality.
Yes.
And so they reestablish these gangs.
Yes.
And then you won't be able to walk up and down the street. They already got the scooter gang.
Oh,
and
my
they
God.
riding by on scooters, snatching people's phones, chains. And so this is bad. And just to add, since we talk about the immigrant situation, they have given out, they're hiring 4,000 immigrants, and they're lowering the standard and qualification for these jobs. So we're going to step over our own people who need jobs, who've been here, who are ready to work, lower the standard.
Yeah.
Side note, I am looking for a Mexican here to work at my shop. We'll teach you the business inside and out.
We gonna lower the standard here.
We're gonna lower the standard here and provide you a job. There won't be no medical benefits, but you'll make a little money. Inquire within. But that's still not right. You know what I mean? And so this, I got to keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's going on.
Yeah.
In this country, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. And with that being said,
we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with Brother Blue Pill.
He's in the building.
In the building.
We'll be right back.
Peace.
I am a critical thinker, here to bless you with lyrical tinctures. I am the black dot, the point of reference, the metaphysical link to the Moors, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. I am here to remove the blind spots and clear the view of your spiritual blinker. I am something out of nothing. I am the alchemical bringer of change. My name will continue to linger. I am legend. If consciousness was a game, I would be considered a ringer. I am because we are.
To all of you Dr. Sebi followers, I've got something for y'all. Discover the untold story of one of the most important healers of our time in Abelardo Guerrero Jr.'s book titled My Journey with Dr. Sebi. Visit www.myjourneywithdrsebi.com to place your order and receive a free copy of the audiobook with over 4 hours of exclusive content.
Tired of reading, doing research, and extensive studying to fact check the information that you present? Well, now you don't have to. Become a YouTube scholar. That's right, a YouTube scholar. Throw away those books. No need to quote real scholars. Burn those research papers. All you need is a YouTube connection. Watch YouTube videos at night, in the daytime, during breakfast, while you're on the toilet. Impress your friends with information you really don't know. After 100 videos watched, you are now a YouTube scholar. To sign up for this program, dial 1-800-WHY-STUDY. That's 1-800-WHY-STUDY. But wait, there's more. Log on to shopurbanx.com to pick up the latest in urban apparel.
Hello, wealthy family. It's your favorite Pisces, Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, here to celebrate my birthday with you. That's right. In order to celebrate my birthday, February 28th, I am marking all my services off 28%. Whether it's a couples oracle reading, a mental healing session, or a chakra balancing session, all my services are 28% off. And since it's a leap year, we're going to add extra savings. And when you spend $100 or more, you get an extra 10% off. Just enter coupon code BIRTHDAY. Thank you so much for connecting with me, wealthy family. Be sure to visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, or call or text me at 786-828-8722 to schedule your services with me today. Until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.
And we are back.
And we are back in the mix, as you can see.
You see who's here.
Yeah, I'm saying Brother
Good.
Blue is in the building, in the flesh.
Thank y'all.
On the 44th minute.
On the 44th minute of this recording.
Oh, wow.
The
Yeah.
synchronicity is bonkers.
Wow.
Indeed.
Indeed, in the building, in the flesh. How you doing, King?
I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling invigorated. I got this I Am Powder Blue shirt on. Family.
Tell 'em
we
how I feel,
doing
man. Tell 'em how I feel,
29
man.
for 29. Make sure that you tap in. You know what I'm saying? These brothers have some of the most amazing quality merch.
I ain't
in
saying
the
he
game.
did. You know what I mean?
I ain't saying he did.
I've been waiting for this moment. And I got my powder blue on, so.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, indeed. I'm feeling amazing. How you feeling?
Great, great. I want to shout out Chanel, Infinite
Ascending Infinite
Infinite Goddess. She has a 28 for 28 sale going as well. It's really 29 for 29, but
Yeah.
I know what she meant when she said that. And so 28% off for you when you come through for a reading. If you spend $1 and then you mention, because it's her birthday month too, you mentioned, I think, birthday something or something. Birthday, she gonna throw extra 10% on top of that. You know her readings are amazing. Best time to get a reading now before our new year comes in. Our new year is now. See what the forecast is. And so we want to shout out Ascending Infinite Goddess.
And real quick, we want to shout out some of the super chats. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you in the
appreciate
super
you.
chat.
Angelica.
For holding us down and doing what you do.
All right.
You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, let's get back to some stories. Let's get Blue's insight on some of this, because I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. We'll get some balanced and shit, because,
Okay, so Saudi Arabia is the newest country to join the BRICS.
Oh, okay.
That just happened. Yes, that happened today.
Wow. So that's big.
That is
Saudi
big.
Arabia got a lot of money.
So is the rest of the countries that are in the BRICS. Yes.
Right. So
Russia.
how is this gonna work? Because the dollar's pegged to petrol, and OPEC is Saudi Arabia. So how are they switching up, the oil reserve currency? Because they said that the reason the gas has been so low is because Joe Biden tapped into the U.S. reserves, and they're not necessarily using
Right.
Saudi Arabia their oil.
Right.
So is this an entire paradigm shift economically?
It feels like that's what is like they're trying to like march us to, especially like those countries in there, because like all of those countries, it feels like they're tired of America being the bullies, right? Just simplest terms, they're tired of America being the bullies. Every one of them have been playing chicken with America on their own, right? China, Russia, Brazil, Russia, India, who has like the largest growing like population. They have the largest population right now in the world.
Yes.
China,
and a lot of their tech is going.
Yes, that's the initial BRICS right there.
Yes.
And then when you add Saudi Arabia to that,
And there's a lot of other countries in there too.
Ethiopia. So what does that mean for the dollar?
Dollar's been losing its value like rapid pace for a while now.
But the illusion of the dollar and how we usually go in and tell you, you need this democracy and you need this dollar. You know what I'm saying? And countries go, no, I don't. I can survive without that shit. No, and then somebody dies. You know what I mean? And then, or something happens for us to remind you that you need the dollar.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure we're ready to get into that kind of war. And the alliance of these countries is making me nervous.
It's been,
You know what I'm saying? Look at the countries you guys just named. I'm nervous, bro.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that. But yeah, this was this is a really good Twitter page if you guys are on Twitter called Watcher Guru. And it all of like the financial news that happens like in the world, they be giving like step-by-step breakdown what it means. But I don't know. Like I don't know. I've been saying this, and I said this like you wasn't here, but I was saying like our US reptilians, they gotta get in their job. Like they gotta get in their job. Like what we doing here?
It's getting warm outside, and the cold-blooded reptilians this is no longer. It seems that this is not their environment, and they can't perform well because they said it's global, warming.
There must be something.
I guess if the globe is a little bit warm, and cold-blooded creatures can't operate in the same superior capacity, but they're steadily slipping, and we're going to speak about this to a degree on Saturday, and that is the myth that they have cast. It is deteriorating, right?
Yes.
And the myth that they cast is that that they were actually a bully. That they were big bad, you know what I'm saying?
Other one.
And,
this one. Yep. Got it.
That is slowly dissipating, right? As the truth comes out, they're getting, the bully is getting bullied right now.
We've been saying I feel like we've been seeing it in like all levels, right? Even entertainment, when people they're suing like really really big name prominent people who have like been. The gatekeepers, right, in entertainment, like people are just suing them, like, yo, you violated, I'm suing you now. I signed an NDA, so what? I'm suing you now. And it seems like it's happening on all levels.
And
like
it's sticking.
Yes, even in government.
So, yeah, we need to look at that because this is an aspect of what's considered to be Pluto and Aquarius, which is a planetary alignment that took place on January 20th, and it will be in effect for 20 years. Pluto is the planet of transformation, death and regeneration. Aquarius is revolution, rebellion, but it also is the even playing field, right? So there's no big U's and little I's, right? The quote unquote small man is going to be able to chin check the bully, and we see that all across the board. Look at quote unquote Trump, right? He's losing these particular cases to people that these are people that are coming right out the audience.
Yes.
You feel me? They don't have multi-million-dollar budgets or what have you for their defense or what have you.
He has to pay 83 million.
80-something million
to that woman,
right?
Who she said like he defamed her by saying
she's not my type.
Yeah, something like basically.
I would never grab her by the pussy. I don't think she has pussy.
We are observing a old world order crumbling, and it's kind of obvious. When the biggest military on the planet is getting confounded by pirates.
Yes.
In the open sea.
I've been seeing that.
You feel me? And then they said that, I read an article, they said that Britain does not even have the capacity or capabilities on their ships to defend themselves. So.
Because they're too big? Is it like when it's like you get too bloated, you can't like really...
You know how they be like, big government is too clumsy and they can't move. Right. Yeah, they're not formatted to deal with guerrilla warfare to that degree, and they don't even have the equipment. So it's just the sham is up. You know what I'm saying? The curtain has been pulled, and people are like, God damn, them skeletons is looking crazy behind there. And there's a lot of chin checking taking place. You feel me? If we would just sit back and watch what is really going on in the world, because as you said, I think I heard you say it, media wise, this is not what you're going to find in the mainstream. But if we go to alternative sources, and that does not mean off the beaten path, just something like X, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, they not reporting this today, but here goes the news right here, and I can Google fact it. But when you see it in CNN and in mainstream media, it's a total different slant to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're saying, you know, maybe this is Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, giving them a pat on the back. And Iran doesn't really want any trouble. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of window dressing, and all of it is coming to the forefront. They're sending them tweets saying, look, we're going to hit you. Don't respond. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not serious. We don't really want no smoke. And they're like, nah, we're not playing no more games. Like, if you're going to bring it, bring it. You know what I'm saying? We're no longer playing this political theater. And as you said, yeah, man, this is going to be one of those years that things that people have been requesting to see, right? They're going to see it. But it's on some J.O. felony. I could give it to you, but what you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Do you have the mental capacity to deal with the fact that you are, you know, in a pit of vipers surrounded by reptilians, quote unquote? You know what I'm saying? What is the normalcy factor once they lift the hood and you actually see what's going on?
Right.
How can society operate in a level of normalcy being exposed to the things that have been going on from time memorial, that people have just been fancying themselves to say, you know what, maybe I don't need to know.
Right, yeah. Maybe it's best not. Yes, maybe it's, you know, absolutely.
One thing I will say, though, about the countries that are in BRICS, and I've said this since they announced this like coalition, since this alliance, America is one of the biggest consumers on the planet.
Yes.
So when we think
goods,
about
yes.
just consumer of goods, petrol, like you just said, of just consumers, right? Mm-hmm. So if you guys align yourself to take out America, a lot of those countries oppress their people. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of wealth to begin with. They don't have a lot of discretionary money to be spending on stuff to begin with. So y'all can make the stuff, but who buys it? It's not y'all.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only part of the chess piece that I'm missing.
Baffling. Like, who's gonna make my stuff?
Yeah.
Who gonna give me my cobalt?
Who gonna buy it?
Who gonna buy the cobalt?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Just me. That's just
No, interesting points, man. Interesting points. Shout out Dante, man. What's good, King?
Yeah, it's definitely worth looking at and observing, and asking the questions that need to be asked. Because there's so much going on, even with Evergrande, right?
What's that?
I believe that's the name of the real estate company in China.
They damn near default, like,
right. So
they I think are they bankrupt?
Yeah, right. To the tune of I think 17 trillion.
Yeah, something stupid. Yeah, yes.
So I learned about the actual. Because the only emerging economy that actually, they people is touching some paper is China, right? They have a hybrid system. They are communist capitalists. So the way that they expound or the way that they, get to wealth is through real estate investment. You know what I'm saying? They buy cribs that they don't even live in.
Right. Because they get some kind of tax breaks or something. And it's a weird way that they get to hide their money.
In New York, you don't even have to step foot in the house.
Gotcha.
You can just buy it. You don't have to show who you are either. That's why a lot of those billionaire road buildings are empty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're empty.
Yeah. But the thing about China is they have an old population. They have like one of the oldest populations, and so they don't have a lot of young people that's coming up that are able to kind of grow the economy.
Right.
India does.
Oh yeah, India's on the rise.
And tech-wise, that's why Apple was trying to move their business out of China to India. You know what I'm saying? Because they have, a growing.
They are an emerging economy. They're growing and they're young. Just like the continent of Africa.
But like, can I speak to a representative? I am here to help you.
Yeah.
I will help you. Nigga, I want somebody who speaks English.
Exactly.
No problem. Hold on. Hello, I am supervisor number 2. What? Motherfucker, if you don't get off this shit, bring somebody here to speak English.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So let's talk about something. This is something like random, but I saw a post of LeBron James promoting DraftKings, sports betting.
Okay.
I think that's kind of wild, no?
Why?
Because he is the biggest athlete in the world, especially so you're promoting sports betting.
Dude, once they okayed sports betting openly, first of all, we know they've been sports betting from the beginning. The mob run all that. Follow the money. The mob run the movie industry, aspects of it. Definitely Vegas. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
In Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? And so once they said you can bet now legally, you don't think the mob still run that?
No.
They do. The mob is never going to get cut out of their money. I don't care what nobody say. However, now you can take an athlete, which seems to be contradictory to me. You play a sport which is supposed to be an event of chance.
Right.
I versus you.
Right.
The reason Michael Jordan retired, I don't care what nobody say, is because his ass, Michael bet on everything. He'll bet that his shit is greener than yours after drinking a fucking smoothie.
Allegedly.
I'm just
Obviously allegedly.
Allegedly my ass.
Obviously
right?
allegedly. Hit the button again.
They said he would bet whose goddamn
Hit the wrong button,
luggage
guys.
come out the conveyor first, but you didn't know he paid the handlers off in advance to make sure you saw him in the documentary, he was flipping coins.
Yeah.
We used to do that in the hood. And he lost to that goofy dude, and he looked pissed.
Yeah.
During the Knicks playoffs, this nigga went to Atlantic City. He on the high roller table like the Knicks, so that's nothing. It's
kind of swag.
I got that.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
The Knicks is that's trash. Let me come out the bait. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't tell me.
It was an LSU wide receiver recently. He just got caught up for
Betting on thousands of games.
but his own games. Like he had himself in a parlay leg. He didn't even cover his.
He didn't even cover his own shit. It's like, I'm
gonna get 12 catches.
I'm gonna get 12 catches, and you don't get them.
Yeah.
You looking at the quarterback like, come on, son, let's get focused. Yeah, we are focused. We up by 22. No, but let's get me focused. I need my money, nigga. So the ability for Michael Jordan to bet on his own games is not that hard.
Yeah.
Mike, we got you covered.
Yeah.
For 40 tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, you know me, Tony Baloney. Yeah? You think you can get 40 tonight against this team here? All right, if you get 40, we cut you in. Come on. He was betting on his own shit. And then they said, look, this story is about to break. You need to go and play baseball for a little while. So, now that it's out in the open, LeBron James just like, look, I'm cashing out.
I'm just talking about like the veil, right? It's just like it's more obvious that now like there is one somebody said in the chat, it's conflict of interest.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Remember the draft analyst guy who was betting on who was gonna get picked first?
And he was on ESPN.
That's crazy.
You work for ESPN, but you're betting on which player is going to get drafted, and you work for a company that takes bets.
You're setting the lines. Like you're setting the lines.
It's all out, Blue.
Yeah,
This is like Pelosi, right?
Yes, insider trading.
Insider trading
Yeah.
in the Congress, you know what I'm saying? Whoever is in charge of the Financial Ways and Means Committee, they walking away, on a $600,000 or $200,000 salary per year, but they got 16 to 18 million in the bank.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? The fix is in and the gig is up.
The fix is in and the gig is up.
Yeah. Somebody just made a good point. Rashawn Green said you could bet on the WWE, which is nuts.
So now you can...
Which is nuts. That is like 100%. That is 100% pre-scripted, right? Adults know this.
But you got to be in on the script.
You got to be in on the script.
But I could.
Malcolm, where were you when you found out like it wasn't real?
Oh, I was devastated.
Because that was devastating shit for you, right?
Devastated.
I used to see you watch it and shit.
Like,
and
Undertaker,
At
really?
the end of the day, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose.
Right. Yeah, but like y'all know it. The script writers know it, and we still allow people to place legal bets.
And now...
The anticipation is that them people don't know who's gonna win or lose.
That's crazy.
But if the script writer wrote the script, then the game is still in play. It's still a wage involved.
Yes.
And they're like, we know it, but they don't.
And then with football, there's so many mini bets. Like how many times are they gonna show Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
What's the over under? They're gonna show her face 9 times, 7 times. Who gonna win the coin toss? Who gonna score the first 3? Because we do that in the hood. Niggas in my hood be like, yo, give me 10 on who's gonna score the first field goal. So there's so many bets within bets that is money to be made that the end result, it matters, And then look, you saw this shit. You saw Duke kick a field goal.
That was crazy.
In a professional game that they were down 10.
Yeah.
They can't win this game.
Yeah.
And they kick a field goal.
Yeah.
For what fucking purpose?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Except to, to cover the spread.
Yeah.
Right.
And they not even, like you said, Blue, they're not even hiding it now.
Why? Yeah, why hide it?
So LeBron James.
I mean, literally, if they got them making commercials about the shit as a script, and they're parodying, you know what I'm saying?
Which was a funny commercial.
It was a
very
funny commercial,
It was a good
but at
commercial.
the same time, it's like, what marketing firm came up with that ad?
Yes. Somebody who was close to what's going on.
Yeah.
And then what they do is, this is what I'm noticing that they do. Everyone keeps saying, well, it's scripted, and you see the blue and the red is gonna be purple, and this and that in terms of the color schemes of the logo. So it's gotta be the Ravens against the 49ers, and then they do that out there for you knuckle draggers to run with that, and then they flip it up, and it's blood.
I'd have lost my house if I'd have bet that.
Yeah, it's all blood.
I'm like, the Ravens are gonna go rematch with the.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right? And so here we are.
Nope.
And so LeBron, how much he getting paid? Does it say?
Nah, I didn't say. No, it was just like it was one of his tweets, but like
He's endorsing DraftKings.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the hell? Like it was like how he does the smoke. The smoke was in the logo of the crown. I'll show you right now.
Well, LeBron don't own much of his own anything, so if you're a 19-year-old black man that has a patent pending machine that makes gas out of plastic, his IG?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
And the talcum powder, just. All right, so.
Exactly.
In the midst of a suspect season?
In the midst of a suspect season.
Got to get that mortgage paid.
Yeah, but they get ready to make a trade. The Lakers. I saw LeBron look at his coach real weird.
Yeah.
That usually means he's out. Look, because LeBron
Pack
run the
your
team.
bags, buddy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked at him like the coach said something. He looked up at this nigga like, you want us to run this shit. This is the shit you want us to run. Okay, he looked back at Pelinka and said, all right. Okay. So I think Ham.
Thank you, Rich, for the super chat.
Yeah, Ham is on his way out.
I'm gonna give me the name of the 19-year-old with the patent pending.
And he got a machine that makes plastic?
Out of gas.
Okay.
No, makes gas out of plastic.
Makes gas out of, okay, because plastic is biodegradable, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't dissolve that shit.
Well, plastic is a byproduct of petrol. It's, the waste.
Okay.
Right? So I guess they're reverse engineering it.
And he 19?
Yeah. Oof. If that will solve, the plastic issue.
Then done deal.
Because again, he's looking at
That makes sense.
Yeah, a unending source of
Yes.
material to the process. Yeah, he done.
No, I like
He done
it.
solved the energy crisis for the whole planet.
I like it.
This youngster.
Yeah, make sure you send us the link for that. We'll cover him in an Urban Excellence.
Oh, somebody said the coach got fired already. Is it true?
Oh, Ham? Nah, unless it happened today.
I'm hearing through the grapevine that they looking on trading LeBron actually.
To where? That would be powerful. Trade him to the Knicks.
That'd be crazy.
I will trade him to the Knicks.
Shouts out to my man Lionel. My man Lionel Rice. He works for the Utah Jazz, and he got me and a couple of my friends tickets to the Knicks game. We went the other night.
Were you far up? Or?
Yeah. We was in the nosebleeds, but it's okay. Well, we got to meet a couple players after the game.
Oh,
though.
that's cool.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. We got to meet a couple players after the game, and
I'm only messing. Rice is my guy.
Yeah. He works for the Utah Jazz, and I
How
did an
is it
interview.
living out there in Utah?
He said it's quiet.
That's where the Mormons, right? Don't they run that?
Yeah.
Ebenezer and
I
Ezekiel and them?
I did an interview with him on the channel last year because he was working for the Michigan State football team before.
Oh, okay, got you.
So now he's with.
So what does he do? Like rap?
Yeah,
feats and shit.
Train
You
him.
was trying to do that, and then you was
I
like,
did a
man,
semester, and I was just
rapping
like,
white boys' feats, and you was like,
I was like,
man,
I'm not
fuck
doing
that
this.
shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. Might.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Hey, nigga, get over here.
Nah.
Grab my foot.
Nah.
I can get back in the game. Hurry up, nigga.
She's like, yeah.
Yeah, I could see Malcolm now rapping a nigga foot.
Yeah, I don't. If y'all was watching the game this past weekend, there was a player that had an injury. Damn, what game was this?
Embiid? What team?
But football, basketball.
It was football.
Okay.
This was the playoffs. I believe because he had a red jersey on, he might have been playing.
Oh, number 90 for Kansas City Chiefs, I believe. Yes.
He got banged up.
Yes.
And then he was wobbling, and they came back from commercial. He was on the court, like, I was like, damn, what they got, horse tranquilizer?
Yeah. They hit him with that shot. Put him in that blue tent, hit him with that juice, and it came out
had him
like.
in a blue tent.
But he
Came
does
out
have
that
an
joint.
ACL tear, I think now.
Oh.
Yeah, eventually.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the juice can numb that until after the game, and they find out.
Yeah, certain times you get that juice in you, and but when you take your shoe off, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
That
That's why a
shit-
lot of players, like, after the season's over, they don't make the playoffs, they all go get surgery.
Yeah.
'Cause they be hurt the whole season.
You got to keep that shit tied tight. Don't let that go.
You guys want to talk about...
Sort of like wearing a Spanx.
Yeah.
And the women be 297 pounds. But when I met her at the club, she was $172. And we got home, and I'm getting prepped up, and she going to the bathroom and come back out. I'm like, where's your friend? What do you mean, where's my friend? I mean the one I was in the party with. So what you got to do? Just tips. You gotta hit them around the waist when you're dancing with them. And go up and down, and you start feeling the bing, 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 bing. You go, she about 310.
Yeah.
And then you gotta just make a decision, young man. I'm just trying to give you some tips.
That's their suited and booted?
That's the suited and booted. Okay. You gotta make a decision. Do I want 300 pounds of loving tonight, or I'm gonna have to curve her? I've taken home many at 310 pounds, boy.
Jesus Christ. Real quick, Jade Nightman, shots, thank you for the super chat. Asks you, what's one thing the pillars would never agree on?
As brothers, like what they
That's
mean,
what I'm
like
assuming, yes.
They're asking me?
Yeah.
What would we never agree on? Which twin came first? We have this existential argument where if we was on a continent, the second twin would be the oldest. But since we here in backward ass America,
Oh,
right?
wow, I didn't know that.
The first twin is considered the oldest. Again, because America don't have a mythology that goes with twins. In the Eastern world, the mythology coming from Nigeria, they produce the most amount of twins in one region of Nigeria, and they afford it to the eating of white yams in that area, provision food, right? Because the food provision is high in magnetism, right? That magnetism or that magnesium, I guess, helps split that cell, and they have the most amount of twins in the area. But the mythos that they have is that the older twin pushes the first twin out, just in case some arrows.
Boom.
Because these regions are very hard on firstborns. You feel me? So the firstborn twin's supposed to go out there,
see what's good,
and clear the way, and then come out that joint like.
I like it.
Okay, but in America though, who came out first?
America's the firstborn is the oldest.
So he's asking you, your brother came first?
My brother came first.
In America.
In America.
That's
But
interesting.
in my Eastern African mind,
No, I get it.
That is interesting.
That's interesting shit. I never knew that. So do you guys used to thump back in the days with each other, just fighting over stupid shit? Because I got twins in my family, and they love each other to life, but they will hate each other for, maybe it's the reflection, nigga. If you sneeze, I can feel it sneeze. And then they get into these battles, but don't go against them. And they can feel each other from across country. They know I gotta call my sister. I gotta call my brother. Something ain't in the line. Are you guys aligned up like that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, with quantum, that's quantum entanglement. That's the best way in this frame of mind I can explain it. Because if one egg then splits into two, especially when you're identical twins, that one egg splits into two. So, if you can use your ethereal eyes and see that there's still a connection, right? There's still a thread.
Yes.
So if something happens,
I'm gonna be speaking about that tomorrow, Saturday.
It automatically happens. If something happens to X, it automatically happens to Y.
Yes, it's called superposition.
Superposition. Quantum entanglement says there is no distance.
Yes.
That is fascinating.
Right. And what one knows, the other one knows instantly.
Right. So yeah, we experienced that, and again, that was part of our initial story, learning how to work together.
Right.
And not bump heads. And I haven't had a fight with my brother in quite some time.
I'm gonna ask you another question. You guys twins.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh God,
I'm just gonna ask.
oh my God,
I gotta ask. You ever come in?
I know the face. I know the.
I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. You ever come in and like she's like, oh, I'm so glad you home. I've been waiting to, get down and top you and all, and you like, I'm not him, but y'all never like crossed. All right. Because if I had a twin, oh my God.
I'm saying there was a situation, but it wasn't how you framing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an agreed upon situation. Like, yes, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Jesus Christ.
Got you.
Let's go to commercial break.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
go to
take
commercial
a quick
break.
commercial break.
We'll be right back.
And we'll be back with more blue. Yeah, I just want to ask.
Get your questions ready. Get your questions ready.
If I had a twin,
Jesus Christ. What's good, fam? It's Malcolm here, and if you ever thought about starting a business, or if you have a business and you want to be able to, make more sales, build an audience and things like that, if you don't know, I have a suite of courses, 5 courses on YouTubing, podcasting, book writing, and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm making them available for absolutely free. Go take them, use what you can use to apply to your business. And if you need actual direct one-on-one help, then we can, talk as well. But all you have to do is go to blackfamilybiz.com, blackfamilybiz.com, and they are available to you. All you need is an email, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace. Yo, Artie, can I holler at you for a minute?
Oh, shit.
Pop's tripping. He want me to ask you for the money for that shirt. You know I wouldn't even trip.
What shirt?
The one I sold you. The one I've been asking you about. The one you got on.
Oh, this shirt. I didn't know you wanted the money, homie. I thought it was free. Let me go get the money for you.
I mean, because it's this blog. Me and my dad do Urban X and West. It's kind of like both ours. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Cool.
Oh, shit.
My Urban X shirt, punk.
Thank you. Welcome back to another episode of Wheel of Fortune, sponsored by Urban X TV. We're back here with the Black Dot from the conscious community. Is that conscious community?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Malcolm. Yeah, Hotep, Notep, the black man is God and the white man's the devil. I'm ready to win this money.
Okay, whatever that is. Okay, the puzzle for today is people who annoy you. Black Dot is on you.
Come on, big money, yeah. I like to buy a vowel, E and Y.
Okay, Black Dot, you have 30 seconds to solve the puzzle on the screen.
Oh, I think I know this one. People who annoy me. This is easy. I think I got this.
20 seconds, Black Dot.
Ooh, I'm not sure I really want to say it. Might piss a few people off.
10 seconds, Black Dot.
I like to solve the puzzle. Naggers.
Let's check.
No.
The answer, Black Dot, was niggas. The answer is always niggas.
Shucks.
But don't worry, Black Dot. You will walk away right now with a Shop Urban X gift card.
Yeah.
Get yourself some of these new threads.
Yes. Not going home empty-handed. Hotep, no tap.
And we're back.
And we are back
Thank y'all for joining us.
In the mix with the legendary Blue Pillar. Here, thank you for being here, my brother.
To be here.
It's going to be an amazing event February 3rd when we get together.
Yes.
And cook up the stew for the people.
Tickets are in. The link for the tickets is in the chat right now. It's also in the description below if you're listening right now.
Yes,
as well.
family. We have a few hours or a day remaining on the early bird tickets, so we definitely highly recommend that you snatch it. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come through this Saturday. If you have children, bring children with you.
They're free.
This is going to be a child-friendly presentation, and we're gonna have something special for the children. So
Nice.
please,
Okay.
Yes, and like we said, the children are free.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's going to be a super dope. Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Oh, also, guys, yes, as Quanes asked in the chat, can you guys please hit the like button, please? We
Yes,
appreciate
please
it.
hit the like button, to share, subscribe.
1,500 of y'all in here.
Yeah,
man.
in here, hit
Please.
the like.
Thank y'all.
Yeah. I always watch y'all do this on the other side of the TV, so family, hit the like, help us with the algorithm.
You know what I'm saying?
know what
Thank
I'm saying?
you.
If you like it, it upticks it so it can get into the stream of the algorithm.
We don't
and
ask
more
enough.
people
Right.
can see this amazingness. Don't feel like you're overprivileged because you in the building catching it live. You want to pay it forward. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You want to actually send this to 10 people that you know. You want to hit that like button. You feel me? You want to log into another account, come back in and hit it again.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand?
Thank you. Thank you. See, we don't ask enough. Thank you.
Yes. And I just want to segue into, you spoke about the children.
Yes.
And let's speak about how amazing these children are nowadays. And I think the timing is right for us to implore certain things to them that maybe the generation before that's still coming out of the crack doldrum era. Now these children, I think, are ready more so than ever. What are your
Yes.
thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that exactly. Again, I'm framing myself in the perspective that we are running a race and handing a baton while we run this marathon. So I was and you were activated by our elders, right, to lend our legs to this race.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
His generation was directly underneath us, watching us get involved, and it's like, wait on, I you know what I'm saying? I want to run this race as well. And then, right, you have a young child, you have Noble. So, and I believe that he was after he was a C19 child, right?
Yeah.
Just like Red Sea, these children are fully activated, as if they was watching and observing what was finna go on, and they was like, nah, check me in, hold on. Yeah, let me put my wings on, put my backpack, and they gave them their assignment, and they came down here, and they're activated. They are actively on their assignment from day one. I mean, I literally seen the babies that's 3 weeks old holding the bottles.
Yes.
I seen the babies that's a few days old sitting up. I seen it all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I physically saw it, and I watched, innumerable videos where these children are coming through. And I'm like, okay, that's the time that we're in. And the way that I observe it, again, making my observation is that they are the ones that are coming to run this final lap. And I don't want to be a dystopian doomsdayer, but your son's generation is going to be the generation that has to answer the conundrum: will man mount machine, or will machine mount man? Right. So if a 2-month-old could pick this tablet up and start switching and going to places that we've never been, I'm looking at that child 10 or 15 years from now. So I'm saying the potentiality of that child is telling me that at 10 years old, that child should be able to code. That child should be able to interact and interface with machines in a way that we can't, right? So that's what I'm looking at when I see the babies.
Yes.
We were talking earlier because there are a lot of YouTube reviewers, like tech reviewers, reviewing the Apple Vision Pro.
Yes.
Now, right? So we're seeing it for the first time. And most of the reviewers are going like, this is cool. I don't see like why I would need this right now. That's what like a few of them were saying. Like, this is dope. Like, you know, I could,
I don't get it.
you know, but I don't see why I need this right now. It's still limited for certain stuff. It's only a couple hours worth of battery life, so you can't really go out with it
and be immersed
and be like fully
yeah.
exactly. So we were talking about it. He was like, it's not about for right now. It's about for a few years from now, 5 years from now, where that's all you're gonna be doing work off of.
Tomorrow is going to be one of those watershed moments in our, existence as humanity, that they would be like, this is when things changed. And that's a perspective that we have to revisit 2, 3 to 5 years from now to look back to say, how has this device really changed the scope of humanity and the direction of it? So we're not looking at the first iteration of this device. We're looking at the third and the fourth. What will it ultimately become?
And that's and that's what I pretty much told Malcolm. I said, don't judge that now. I said, Apple don't miss like that, especially a swing and miss
and this
of
is
this magnitude.
A brand new product too.
Right,
like, you know, it's not an iteration off of something that they kind of created already.
Right,
like, the first iPod was was a brand new product.
Oh, that
you
was
know what
crazy. And I remember that was crazy.
Right? The first iPhone was like, you know, the iPad.
Now I got songs.
Right.
And I can call.
Right.
And I got a camera.
It was stupid. He was like,
yeah.
What is this?
Right. And so we have to give it an opportunity. But my concern, which I'll express Saturday, is us not losing our senses or, you know what I'm saying, submitting our senses outside of ourselves so much that we forget that we are God and that we are the primal source of all things. And so, you know, as like I said, I'll break down, I can tell some things that they're doing is to almost disorient the next generation so that they are not connected to their humanism. And that's our job, to make sure they know first and foremost who they are, and everything else is an expression of them. But if we don't teach them that, they'll come out just thinking that this is a free-for-all, hence man mountain machine or machine mountain man.
Right.
And that's the ongoing war that we're in. And how do we make sure that it's still about us and everything else is an expression of us to enhance us as opposed to giving up ourselves? Just like when the microwave came out, I don't even remember phone numbers no more. I used to remember, and I knew the sequence of the damn dial tone. I didn't, boop, 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 you know.
Yeah.
And now, so we've lost that. And now I literally got to look in the phone to get his number. I don't know his number.
So now we're dealing with a case of what's called atrophy.
Okay.
Right? If you don't use it, you're going to lose it.
Yep. Right.
Right? And I mentioned this yesterday, and I mentioned it again. You know, again, in my observation, when I sat back and I said, well, what is this thing, AI? And I said, oh, they're not just making a move on man. This is a move on God itself, right? Because God only exists in the variables, right? And the, you know, if something is automated and there's no variables involved, if there's no chance involved, what do you need God for?
Right.
God is there for the toss-up, right? That you don't necessarily know what the outcome is. They are attempting to change the use case of God. If you no longer use God, why would you need God? And if the variables are no longer something that is indistinguishable or up for chance, if everything is straight line, then you don't need God, right? Where with the calling and the praying, right? You know, I went and read them books. You know what I'm saying? God be tugging on people's heartstrings. That's how he makes his connection, or it makes his connection. So it's like, when those variables change, and also if this thing is responsible for feeding you, as they showed you in Surrogate, you know what I'm saying? That which feeds you is your God.
That's right.
So there's a lot of things that we need to look at to say, these are things that we need to be mindful of, right? And the way that we have framed this particular narrative, again, it's in alignment with astrologically is already taking place, because the age of Aquarius is technology and it's humanity. So what is going to happen? Pluto transformation. How is humanity going to transform interacting with technology? That is what we're looking at in this 20 plus years. And those are the things that are going to fall directly, you know, on the shoulders and in the lap of your children. and I don't want to put that much weight on a baby. You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
But I do want to say that, you know, this is why we decided to step to the plate and make this conversation something that, you know, can almost be second nature to children, like how we was raised on nursery rhymes or fairy tales or mythos and things of that nature. Those are the things that became foundational for our entire existence. You wouldn't come from underneath that table because you were scared, and you wouldn't go in that closet and things of that nature. These things have had indelible effects on our psychology and our consciousness. You know what I'm saying? But what about when we tell the story to our children of them being victorious? Now, the story that we have that we're pulling on is Terminator.
Yes. Perfect example.
Matrix.
Right? So our references for reality always go back to movies, stories, and mythology anyway. We ain't pulling from nothing else.
Total Recall. Yes.
We are not pulling from anything else other than what has been shown to us and programmed through us. And then we are, you know, almost like a feedback loop, kicking it back to say, oh, yeah, this is how reality is going to play out. I seen it in the movie.
Exactly. Exactly. That's 100%.
Yeah, it's 100%. So it's like, yo, let's give ourselves the permission to write the ending of our own movies.
And I will say this to add to that. We were fortunate enough that we had elders when we were mental babies. We hadn't been physical babies that gave us amazing stories.
Yes.
Amazing downloads. And it was heavy on us. I'm not going to lie. That shit was heavy on us because we had to do something with it. Remember the generation before us was a whole bunch of old people in there. The eldership was sitting around discussing the future realities to come. And then we had to sneak in the room and understand, oh, shit. And now we're burdened with this.
We got charged with heavy lifting. And I want you to know, you understand? I don't want to get emotional here. But what your father did, you know, we're able to look out in the world and see millions of people that have been transformed with this information. I know the negative stuff that is said, and you know, all of that stuff comes along with growing pains. You feel me? But the job that was done, because it was an assignment, you know what I'm saying, that was given to us. And you could either have accepted it or left it to be like, man, I got this going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm just scared. Right?
Yeah.
I don't have the testicular fortitude necessary to go against the dragon yet.
Yes.
Especially when I ain't seen nobody slay it. They was like, here goes the sword.
Yep.
They didn't say, here goes, you know, I got the head of the dragon over here in the corner and I've done it before. They's like, no, here goes the sword. You need to go out there and slay the dragon. And that dragon has been slayed. You know what I'm saying? And the evidence of it is, look how free the people are in their ability to obtain information. You know what I'm saying? A people have to be so free to entertain the conversations that we're even entertaining as a people. You know what I'm saying? That within itself is an expression of our freedom, and it shows the what am I trying to say? It shows just the, because we talk about this concept of FBA and we talk about the concept of the continental African. They don't have the leverage and the freedom that we have to entertain the thoughts that we do,
Yes.
right? And they don't have the ability to move and act on those thoughts, right? They are part of a captive audience that's watching us move and act on them thoughts, because we got the time, we got the freedom, we have the ability, the mobility, you know what I'm saying? And we have the faculties of our imagination are still intact, you know? So, yeah, all things are possible. And I think that, again, your father's an example of that, to show against all odds, once you accept this assignment, you know what I mean, and you pick the ball up, you know, we are capable of running this touchdown.
And I think 2020 was a perfect example of us forming the Voltron, you know what I mean? The true masters appeared, you know what I mean, and held the line of the most critical time in the lives of people. When the cream got to rise to the top, I looked, and I no disrespect, I recognized all the cream at the top of those situations in my circumference, because I knew, because I was in the battlefields with them. And so I knew who was going to be there, who was going to panic, who was going to fold. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Who was going to fold, who was going to make it, and who wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what that comes from. And now it is bestowed upon us somehow to make sure the next generation receives the same information, but pertinent to their time and space.
Where they're at.
Where they're at, not where we were. Where they're at. And so that they can operate and know how to, because there's one story being told. You know what I mean?
And I'm looking at them babies, and I'm like, them babies ain't come here to lose.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I ain't looking at losing babies.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm looking at, like, I can't even tell you what I'm looking at because it's undefinable. I'm like, yeah, they're mutants. Like, there's something in them that's gonna come to the forefront when it needs to.
Yeah.
That's gonna blow us away. Like, these might be the first babies to fly or something. Like,
Something
they different.
amazing. They're different. I will agree.
They're different.
They are
getting
definitely
past
different.
The modality stuff real quick. They're like, yeah, I left that behind when I was 2 months old. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here curling weights.
Yep, and that's why I'm always even telling Malcolm, don't define Noble's reality for him. I don't care how strange something appears in this. It's strange to you. It's not strange to him. So you gotta walk with that. You know what I mean? And go, really? Okay, show me. You know what I mean? Hold my beer, Dad. I got this. Watch this. And so because this is their time, we do too much limiting out of our own fears and what we think reality is, and those fears, they only stifle us and not the ones that come after us. These are fearless individuals who can down take. You don't understand, a 2-minute TikTok video for them is equivalent to watching 8 hours of fucking videos for us in our time when we had to. They could just watch a series of boom, 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 and they get it. They don't need to rewatch it. They got it.
And they gurus.
And they gurus.
1 week.
Exactly.
They ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The whole setup.
And you know me, I'm like,
saying?
nah, play that again, son. Nah.
Passport stamp. They're going to Bali.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They coming back. They ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And these are not just the babies. We're talking about the younger generation that I'm bearing witness to. Like, they're active. They picking this thing up and they running with it and they catching it on the socials, like he said, 1 or 2 minute TikToks. And I do have to say that I have actually learned something from 1 minute TikToks.
Yes.
That I'm like, oh shit.
I be trying to tell you, dude.
Like, I ain't even.
And you know,
How
I
did
be
I
like,
miss that?
and it be the nuggets I need in my day and time now, because I don't have the time to go through 8 and 10 hours. We've done that.
We don't, right?
We don't
And
have
look,
to. We're in the quickest.
It's young ladies doing their hair, dropping the gems.
Yes.
You feel me? It's the most. It's people in the kitchen. It's dudes flowering and they dropping gems.
Yes.
And you like, who they master teachers?
Yes.
What school was? What 10,000 hours of
Did
research
they put it?
did they
Yes.
do?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's just they ain't reading. It's just coming off. It's just flowing through them. So.
And so pay attention
Yeah.
around you on how quick the information and you know how fast they're processing it, because it's
Yes.
very fast.
So, again, it's Pluto and Aquarius energy. Aquarius is governed by the planet Uranus, and Uranus is unexpected things. Expect the unexpected.
So is Pluto a planet again? I know. For a while it wasn't. Shit.
I'm a Scorpio, so Pluto was
Always
the
a
planet.
planet.
We
Yeah.
never, it was just a misunderstanding of they don't get it.
Got you.
Like,
Got you.
Yeah, they just don't get it.
Ah,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But
Somebody said TikTok is ruining their attention span. It is. That is true. It's a gift and a curse.
No, it's not ruining their attention span as much as you think it is. Some of them, of course, it's what you TikToking for, like where you going. But for those who are processing information,
Right.
the bits of information are coming in so fast.
it's not ruining them.
It's not ruining them. It's ruining you because you need your attention. You need to, if you my age, I need to focus and tie my damn shoe. Real talk. I got to sit down to, bro, I start breathing hard. If I try to bend over and tie 2 shoes, I might pass out. You know what I'm saying? So the energy is different now.
It's different.
It's a whole different vibration now, and this is what we're trying to explain to you. You got to give them their space to do, because the technology is not going nowhere. So you can fight it. I'm analog. I got a whole section in Urban Culture Decoded about analog versus digital. and who the analogs are and who the digital. But I was trying to give you a foresight of what was coming and how bits of information are moving for them very quick in small increments, and they moving on and they leaving you behind. So don't look at it through your lens per se. Now, just keep that in mind.
Speaking of TikTok, what do you think about Universal taking their music off of the platform?
That's a big move.
That's a big move.
Because there's a whole world in there that's just based on. I even found a couple of dope songs in there. Like, wow, where's that from?
They got to be just greed on their part, right?
Well, it's positioning.
Yeah.
And then remember, there's a war going on with TikTok, which is based out of China.
Yes, they were pressing them today, as a matter of fact.
Right, they're based out of China. And
in the Senate.
Yeah,
the Senate and all that. And remember, the TikTok in China is different than the TikTok here in America.
Right.
So we do know that. But there's a certain freedom on TikTok that you're not finding on Instagram, X, none of that stuff, if you know where to look.
Right.
And so with that being said, that's the information they're trying to shut down. Not necessarily, the songs per se, because their songs are becoming popular. There are songs that only hit because of TikTok.
Yeah. Right.
So it's probably a little political and economic at the same time.
Yeah, because like if I'm like they're like music labels now who tell their artists to create songs for TikTok. Like you can hear like this is they're trying to get a TikTok.
It's a music platform.
Hit. Yeah.
Right.
So
TikTok
like
is
to
a
take your
music
music
platform.
off.
But I do think this. I thought about it earlier, and I said, okay, this is going to give rise to the independent artist that is not contracted on Universal. It does have
true too.
the ability to move within the system and feed the algorithm, because the algorithm now going to want to get fed. If you pull all of that, right?
You just open
you
up a void.
Yeah, you got to patch that up now.
Yes.
Because people want their music on TikTok, bar none.
Right.
You feel me? So we just like you said, there's certain songs that we've heard that broke through TikTok, like that girl that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that TikTok is gonna foster an environment, you know what I'm saying, for the for a whole new TikTok artist.
And for every action, there's a reaction, it's a cause and effect. So you do that, you open up that void, and then you get to, like you said, amazing music not tied to Universal, them guys, and you can blow.
And let me make this other observation. This is also tantamount to the actors' strike. Because the conversation that was being had is that they said TikTok is not, it was, I think, 4 different areas that they were contesting because they didn't renew their contract, right? So they was like, profit splits, of course, and they want to know about AI cloning, right? How they gonna protect these artists from being cloned by AI?
That's a good point.
So again, AI is coming in as a disruptor, causing these companies to, you have to modify your business plan. You got to modify the way that you was doing things. And they was jerking they artists, and now they getting jerked by someone who don't respect they jerking. So it's a whole line of jerking going on, and ultimately and the artist is once again, catching the short end of the stick. And this is just the time and the age for the artists to take their career in their own hands. However daunting that seems,
it's true.
The Russell did it. You feel me? And there's a bunch of other. Even.biz is a new platform where the percentage splits are a lot more equitable. There's run by melanated people, direct to customer, cutting the middleman out. So I think that there's a necessary revolution that needs to take place, as you mentioned, the M's. Music, media, medicine, right? And movies, right? All of those are disruptable industries because they all on the ropes right now.
They are, absolutely.
All of them.
Yeah, remember, they just got out of a writing strike and the actor strike due to AI.
Yes.
Due to AI.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's tantamount to the same situation. AI is coming through disrupting. And the thing about TikTok is that they have a superior AI algorithm that the European mind has not cracked their code, right? This is that Eastern mind that has their shit encrypted in a particular way. So they can't wrap their mind around how these people have created this algorithm. So they feel threatened by it. And they want to prick and they want to pry. And yes, they do want to stop the free flow of information. but they're more so concerned about that algorithm. And the way that algorithm works is your first 5 posts, that's what locks you in. You get, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get referrals and everything based on those first 5 posts are going to set your personality, your algorithm.
Yeah.
And everything that you do from that point is going to reflect that. So
No, it's interesting.
Yeah.
they don't even tell us this. You know what I'm saying? We need social media education to go forward because these are powerful platforms if utilized the right way.
And the key word is utilized the right way, because a couple of people are saying, like, it's toxic. No, it's how you perceive anything. If you sit around and drink Mad Dog 2020 all day, that shit is toxic.
Right.
But if you understand from time to time, so the usage and abusage and what you're delving into, if all you're watching is toxic videos, people getting beat up, dance contests, that's frivolous. That's a waste of your time, period.
Yeah, if you
whether
go
you're
to your
doing that on
Explore
social
page-
media or not.
If you go to your explore page and ain't nothing but, ass up there, that's you. That ain't
That's you. That ain't
Instagram
nobody
feeding that
but
to you. That's
Saying
you.
all about you and your algorithm,
That's all it says.
right?
Yeah.
Because
You can
it's
literally-
responding to your search.
You could put
Right.
not interested. Literally. You can say, no,
Yes.
don't want to see this. Don't want to see this.
So
Don't
when
want to
I
see
go down a TikTok rabbit hole and they sending me similar videos of just information that's sparking, but it doesn't take me too deep. Okay, I'm process that and on, and then the rest is
Right.
shit. I could be in there 2 hours. Man.
Right. It's not so much that it's not diet woke per se.
Right.
It's
Right.
just a smidget where you like, all right, I'm gonna park this so when I do got the 2 hours later on.
Yes.
Right? It has not disrupted your whole day where you just look at it. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain shit that you see, you just stuck. You like,
Yeah. Word.
God damn,
Facts.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, exact. I thought I knew that.
Tartarians.
Yeah, who the fuck is Tartarian? A whole
There's a
mud
whole-
civilization
yeah.
over another
Oh, this was
civilization.
going. I missed this one. You
And then,
calibrating.
them just be deep. You be like,
Bro, they had a 10-hour video. 10 hour.
10 hours. Sheesh.
And it was going in for 10 hours. So I'm like, yeah,
Damn.
you gotta moderation, family. That's the catchword for the year. Moderation. You know what I mean? We have to practice self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? We are all home alone. Ain't no parents involved no more.
yeah.
So you gotta moderate. You're gonna have to have moderation in these particular situations. Discipline is what they call it.
Absolutely. So this was kind of like big news real quick. Tory Lanez, apparently there's another video that clearly shows what happened that night.
And exonerates him.
And it can't possibly, that's what Wack
Let me hit
100
the
is
alleged
saying.
button.
This is Wack 100 is saying.
Allegedly.
That can exonerate him. And he said that he doesn't understand why the footage was suppressed.
I know why the footage was suppressed.
Why was the footage
Because they had to railroad this guy to save that girl.
Okay.
And nobody want to deal with that truth. Now, listen, again, from what I understand, there was somebody, a photographer or somebody who followed the whole incident from in the party, out the party, the argument, the whole nine, and clearly shows he didn't shoot that girl.
I didn't think he did. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't think he did either, but you know how people get, and then you going against women, and women are being abused. And no, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying how it hit me is how it hits me. And I go, nah, that didn't make much sense. And so now, I don't know where Wack gets this information.
Yeah, he gets.
Is he a federal receiver?
Yeah, listen. That's how feds work. Yeah, there are a few people on the internet that just always have the access to the right stuff.
How?
All the time.
They can pull up your file,
All the time.
your real name, where you started at,
Like
your criminal record,
there's
who you
internet,
snitched on.
There's internet research.
Yeah,
But
I
then
get it,
it
I
goes
get it.
a level beyond that.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
this-
definitely one of those people all the time. He has videos on everybody.
Yeah.
I don't get it. That's just me.
Yeah, and so this is supposed to drop soon.
Apparently this is gonna work in his favor for an appeal. We'll see.
Okay, and then remember what Tory's dad was going in on Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Yeah.
Sunstar.
Yo,
I want to make, let me just for the sake of the fact that, again, we are going to be getting into mythos this weekend. And what I do want to reiterate to our people is that we already have an active mythos that we participate in. We just don't recognize it as such. So Tory Lanez is a Leo. His name is Daystar. Megan is an Aquarius, right? We know that Aquarius represents the coming of this particular new age. We know that the old age was Pisces. We know that the symbol for Pisces is the foot. So when the sun, right, allegedly shoots the Aquarian, and we know Aquarian is also androgynous, so she would be Meg the Stallion.
Ooh.
Right?
Wow.
That complements, you know what I'm saying, her whole demonstration of what she represents in terms of the ushering in of this Aquarian age, because she's the one who has the attention and the mind of the melanated women, right? Who carry the most magnetism, you know, bar none. So they're making life decisions based on, you know what I'm saying, these artists and what have you, and the ideology that these particular artists are professing, and these people are tapping into it. So we see that situation play itself out. We know his name is Daystar, and he's a Leo, and his daddy's name is Sunstar. We know that the minute he got locked up, that there was a polar vortex that hit the planet and hit the northeast and the west coast specifically. They locked him up in LA, and it ain't stopped raining for like 3 months. Right? We know that he got sentenced on Lionsgate, which was August 8th.
I remember.
We know that we turn around, and now we see the same Megan in a situation with Nicki, and she came and say Bigfoot, right?
Yes. When
the sun goes in Leo for the full moon during Aquarius season, this is how they usher in that energy. So we see a individual who's playing this role in our mythos, right? And also playing the victim where Nicki Minaj is now being looked at as the bully. And we're going to see this dichotomy, right, throughout the rest of the remaining of this year, especially in the political theater. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
All of that's amazing, and I'm in tune, you know, because you brothers keep me in tune. Do you think, and this is what the quagmire I've always faced, is the artist in on it, or is the mythos being played out by somebody else who's benefiting from the energy and using the artist
I've always
as
wanted to know that, yes.
Goyim, or, you know, just pieces on a chessboard to harness the energy for a greater cause above the artist's understanding, or a certain artist in on it, brought in enough so that they can facilitate these names, they can facilitate where these artists are going to be and how this plays out.
Again, we're mystical people, you feel me? And I'm just, in my observation, I'm just watching this aspect, right? Because two things could be true at the same time, right?
Say that again, because we have a lot of people who are so linear.
Yeah, two things can be true at the same time. You feel me? So there can be an artist that's oblivious and just acting out their particular role and assignment in their destiny, and there can be handlers that know exactly what they're looking at and can help manipulate and move certain situations to the benefit of the benefactors. Who's like, oh, we know where this is going, or we don't want this to go in this particular way. And then, you know, you see what you see. But yeah, I think that, again, these individuals are for us to observe the way that energy moves through the cosmos, the way that the cosmos moves through people's physical bodies. So we have examples to be like, oh, so when, you know, I see this taking place over there, I can cross-correlate it.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, there's just this energy that we can observe this year, right? Where the person who says, I'm the underdog, I'm going against the bullies or the bulldogs. We seen Cat Williams set it off.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna be taking place, matriculating through the rest of the year if we just watch how energy moves through these vessels, so we can be informed and alerted as to what time it is. Now, of course, there's so much to gain from that if you're sitting back and you actually know the play is being played and you got access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think that, of course, these people play in those particular fields, but I do, wholeheartedly know that the mythos is still it's just gonna play itself out.
Got you.
Okay.
I love it.
And let me say something else since we're on this topic, right? I think that the YouTube Gematria community,
Oh yeah.
right? I think that they are, in my opinion, some of the most important decoders on the planet. I don't necessarily agree with their observation and interpretation of what they're looking at. I think that they're pulling the lid back and watching the mechanics of how God actually plots, plans, strategizes, and operates in a physical dimension. And I think that it's so succinct that what they're looking at, they can only attribute it to conspiracy, where actually they're looking at the green numbers, they're looking at the codes. That's just the matrix playing out, because the level of planning that would have to take place for some of these things to happen, it's like you had to play it 100 years. You had to have plans.
I've asked Ani that. Ani Asaro, shouts out. I've asked him that. I'm like, yo, is it like some of this stuff? Does it just like coincidentally work out this perfectly sometimes? Like,
But even he said, shout out Ani Asaro, who said the looking glass, and Phil Valentine spoke about that. Sometimes I think that they get a snapshot into the future, and therefore, if I can get a snapshot into the future, how hard is it for me to ensure that certain people are going to be, or do you reverse engineer the geometria? So I look in the future and see so-and-so is gonna die. And then I just look at the geometria as it is when it happened, and then reverse that in terms of how I can use the energy that I know is going to be a 13.5, whatever. Like if two fucking grid lines are crossing, and I know that there's an energy source there that I can use, how do I forsake in advance to take advantage where the game is rigged? I know Tupac is going to be in Vegas on this date because I looked in the looking glass, let's just say. And on this date, let me do the geometry, the astrology, numerology on that date. Now I know what's going to happen on that date. Let me reverse geometry of that shit where I'm going to put a ritual in place so that when the shit actually kicks off, all of the other vortexes I needed to be open or energy sources, now I gobble the energy and I look like a genius. And now you niggas is working backwards. Not you niggas, but I'm just saying off the information you have to go, yo, the geometria said so-and-so. I'm just trying to look at...
No, dude.
I've
asked the same questions, like how, like, because sometimes, like, when people breaking down these, I'm like, yo, that is too perfect.
Yes.
Like, that is too, like... Okay,
the numbers is adding up crazy.
Even going into, like fixing sports and stuff like that, right?
Right.
The Super Bowl with the Patriots versus the Falcons. That comeback, remember all the stuff that just had to go right for this to make sense.
Yes.
That catch that Edelman had to make that was like that off the ground for them to get the first down.
I'm like, do they got somebody in the mic and they like, when they're running back, they like, all right, stop right there, move to the left.
Like, it's always,
What I'm saying is that for these melanated brothers and sisters, I guess, because it's like, why would you rig one and not the other? Granted, we are missing out on the greatest actors in our community ever. These brothers and sisters deserve Oscars. We're overlooking that. We're overlooking some talent that by far, you know what I'm saying, is the most incredible talent that we're bearing witness to. They're giving us entertainment and they're acting at the same time. And we over...
No, real talk. Real talk.
So I'm just saying that, man.
No, seriously, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
The mystical import of who and what we are, this undifferentiated aspect of how melanin operates, man. I'm looking at magic, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at these brothers that are peeling back the covers and are watching magic in real time and making, to me, the most unprecedented connections that this world has ever bore witness to, as evidence that there is a cosmic intelligence in charge.
I'm gonna drop a bomb to that because that was profound.
Yeah, and I don't wanna, I love them brothers that do the decoding. You You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, let's import some spirituality into it, because at what point, right, does man is a planner, but Allah is the best of planners kick in?
Yes.
It's like, all right, so there's, you know what I'm saying?
And we collectively, I've learned a long time ago through the eldership and the people who have walked through those doors, ain't nothing far-fetched. I've seen people with chips in their head. I've seen people who can summon spirits. I watched Bobby summon a goddamn UFO. I've seen stuff that just
Mystical beings.
Some mystical beings. And so when somebody comes to me with a new form of decoding or algorithm that I might not get, I allowed it to play out. But I'm also trying to figure out, like you said, how do I get in there, or we fuse that, where my melanin can interface with that. It's like not knowing algebra. It's like somebody who can understand quantum mechanics. I told you Chicago Bitcoin sat me down.
I was there.
And then, and I know he said, this is Black Dot, I know, and he sat me down and he explained it slowly. Right. And I didn't get it. And then he said, no, that take a little time.
You said, you got this.
And then I didn't get it again.
I understand.
And then I came to the front of the class. Shut up, Malcolm. And then eventually I know he looked at me and he's like, this nigga slow. This nigga is just slow. And I had to just say, I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. So, there's the geometry and stuff. I understand the basics of it. But to embody it the way they do and can recognize things, I'm like, this is a superpower, but it is like numbers, you know what I mean? And we have to make sense.
I like the way you
analyze that.
Yeah, that was great.
And now we got to make sense of those numbers to what it is that they mean.
Yes.
Yeah. We have any more stories, or we?
Can we take questions?
Let's do a Q&A.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 or 5 questions. Get them in there.
All right.
Somebody was asking me about their ears are ringing now, and again that extra sensory sound is coming on. I told you there are people who see things a little bit more clearer now. Usually out of my peripheral, I can pick up certain things, but the shit is moving a little bit, out of the peripheral a little bit, and so we are in those times where I think these things are going to be signals of times to come. It could also be ELF frequencies that you become a little bit more sensitive to. What do you say to that?
Yes, I feel that there is a uptick in the resonant frequency of the planet, and there's a merging, right, a crossing of fields and dimensions and things of that nature. So I think that that's what people are picking up on, the latent energy that they're hearing in their ear, the buzzing and things of that nature. It's a meshing and a molding of multidimensionality taking place. And I was seeing a lot of stuff in my peripheral last year. Not so much as of lately per se, but I'm hearing a lot of other people's testimonials about what they're experiencing. So I'm holding space for that to speak on their behalf, to say that people are experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms.
Yes. Somebody said February 3rd, will this be live streamed?
No.
Not yet, but I believe Nicholas is going to soon employ the live stream mechanism, because there are a lot of people who would like to tune in. So stay tuned for future events that could be live streamed.
I'm about to call Kafuni on that when we get off of this.
Yeah.
We're getting way too many questions about that.
Absolutely. Do y'all hear Genuine post about buying a bunker?
I did.
Does he have that kind of money? I don't know. I'm asking. Is his money up?
I'm not quite sure. But
you don't see how they now bunkers are just in the regular lexicon now?
Because it's in the regular lexicon, we're gonna end up with the Home Depot shacks, and they're gonna be buried in 1 foot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a bunker. No, you in a man cave.
Yeah, facts.
This underground. This is not a bunker.
It's
So
not a
you know
bunker.
once the
Stop
hood
the
get
bullet.
in.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna be the new flex.
Yeah, son, I got,
Yeah, son.
got the
Yeah.
bunker out back in case
Got the
shit go
bunker.
down. Nigga, this is like
My
a
shit fully stocked. I got friends in there and all that
a
too.
room,
Martin and all
Martin
that.
and all that shit and hold me down and shit. Yeah, true story. So he may have a bunker. Yeah.
Somebody said, Dot Malcolm Blue, what's your thoughts on the 66 Grammys being held on Sunday, the 4th, the 6th, that's 6/6.
So that's Sunday the 4th. So that's
6/6.
okay, 2/6. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, last Grammys they had the Sam dude up there, you know, doing the Satan song.
Oh, that's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
are we still surprised? What do we?
Yeah, what are we gonna expect?
What do we?
And that was the most blatant I think I've seen in a long
Crazy.
time.
That was just like, yo.
Yes.
The whole joint of because it just wasn't him. It was just
Right, it's all of them. It was a bunch
all
of them.
It was not
the same, yeah,
And
same
what did people
formula.
say last year? I'm not watching it anymore because this stuff is too satanic. They're gonna pull up and watch it this year. But I mean, I really feel the death of the industry, the dissipation
Yes.
and the death of it is slowly bleeding out.
It doesn't look
Right.
like something you want to aspire to do anymore. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
It's not. Yeah, it's lost its glamour. It's lost its glitz.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You're not buying into none of the narratives.
Yep.
Nobody looks cute because you're just not into it. You're
Yes.
just like, and it's gonna be a lot of dismissals and divorcing of concepts and paradigms this year when people are just like, you know what, I'm just cool on that.
I'm cool. I'm good on that. Yeah. Yep.
Like, it's run its course.
And we've been
It's-
speaking about that here. Just when the young people are no longer fascinated by the money and the fame and all of that, and they want something a little bit more substantial, it's over. Because it's the only thing y'all can hold over their head is that bull. And they go, nah, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I like this independent thing. I'll make just enough money for this, or, you know, and then now with all the stuff going on with Diddy and all of that kind of, and all, it's given a bird's eye view into some stuff that we've been talking about for a very long time. I feel there's a vision of me that is moving faster than I can keep up. It's effing me up. Your name is Droopy and you're moving fast. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
People have been talking about, because somebody said about what's up, they took everyone's federal off W-2s. So this was not Rand Paul, what's his name? One of these senators, he kind of changed the tax code to a lot more people gonna owe taxes this year. Because like, you get more in your check, but like now you're gonna have to like pay more back.
At the end of
and
the
a lot
year.
of people are starting to notice it because a lot of tax brackets had changed.
Oh, and coming out. So back to Droopy, if you're feeling out of sync, that's what it sounds like a little bit. You're saying either your mind is not in sync with your body. So sometimes your mind can be moving ahead and your body is lagging, and it's creating a lagging effect in who you are. That may be what's going on. You know how fast thought travels, and sometimes your physical reality is just dragging behind, but it could be a sign of the times of us, like, you know, these paradigms, the merging of this energy. And so you probably just going through a process. Did y'all see the Almighty Creator will allow, do y'all think the Almighty Creator will allow folks to hide in the bunk and everyone else to die? That's a very good question. First of all, why are they in bunkers if they know how to get off the planet? So we know that, you know, something is going on with that. My understanding, how I see, listen, it's a great book you need to read, or an audio book called Conversations with God. And it's a person who wrote these letters, and God is responding, and the responses are not what you think it is. Like, why would God give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? If I'm the all omnipresent, God don't give a fuck about your little bird that died, and why would God let the hungry? That's not your concept of God. Has to, I created it all to live and die or replenish itself as needed, and we have a hard time accepting that this is all going to be over and it's all going to renew itself. None of us are going to be here forever. So how come God don't help the hungry? How come the hungry don't help themselves? So it's a real weird, but it's a great audio book. to get. It's called Conversations with God.
I'm gonna check it out.
And it really opened me up to when you think personal, like God is personally involved with your life, and how come you didn't get that job, and why would God let me do this? And God is like, nigga, that's your shit. Why would I know all and am all, so that's a minute as a piece of grass, you know, you like a piece of lint.
Right.
God's pocket and shit.
We are all sum totals of the decisions that we make. Stop blaming God.
And that goes with all of it. So if evil is existing, then there had to be a space for it to exist. And if these people go in bunkers to do something, you can't die anyway. So it's a process, and you know, it's a real weird thing. But that's a very good book to read. Conversations with God.
Okay. What else? What else? These celebrities on the Ozempic. You ever see? You seen a lot of these?
Oh, the what?
All these
Ozempic,
celebrities. It's an
weight
Ozempic.
loss.
It's not even for weight loss. It's for like diabetes.
Yeah,
but people are
But
losing
the
weight.
benefit is weight loss.
Yeah.
For weight loss.
Okay.
I saw Nori. He looked slim. He looked like he in shape. I don't know if he's on it though. I don't know. But
okay.
More than likely.
Yeah, got you. So
I've seen 50, right? Was it 50?
he said he was just dieting, but we'll
yeah,
see.
right. Yeah. That's it. You know, if it's working, then it's working. But what are the side effects?
I think you got to keep using it. Like,
There you go. And then what are the side effects of keep using it? You know what I mean?
That they don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got a big ass melon on your head, so like an outgrow on your head and shit, you know. Yeah, so, yeah. Just hit the gym and change your eating habits.
Yeah, it's tough.
There's no way around. Listen, and trust me, I've tried to walk around there's no way around just eating healthy and changing your mindset.
Discipline, as Blue said.
And
like
goddamn discipline.
It is, we talked about at the top of the show, running the business, like the discipline to just do the same thing.
Yes.
Over and over again.
Right.
Even if you don't see the results yet, you got to just keep doing it.
Yes.
Going to the gym after 2 days and lifting up your shirt in the mirror like, it's no abs there. Damn, forget it.
Yeah, fuck that.
That don't work.
That shit don't work. Me and wifey are gonna start a used herbal center. Because I got a whole cabinet of shit I bought over the years that never finished. So I wanna be able to say, yo, son,
that's a fact.
I got 90 pills in here. It was 90 in the bottle. It's like about 37 in there now. You know what I'm saying? Or this protein scoop come with 90 scoops. It's about,
if you set
about
a site
75
up,
in there. Yeah.
and you make that available for swaps.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be running a route.
Be like the expiration date
I got
on this.
mismatched socks. I'll trade you.
Like, this one expiration date is about up, but come on, son, you use that. Yeah. Now I can run a whole farm. You would think I was Sabi. I got a whole bunch of shit. What you suffering from? I was suffering from that 2 years ago. I tried that. About 35.
You got the community cabinet?
Yeah, 35 pills in there for you. Go home now.
So real quick, somebody asked, what we've been trying to follow all of these celebrities, all of these artists selling off their catalogs.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
Again,
that's from Coach Wayne.
I feel it's the advent of AI, and they know that AI is going to minimize, these artists' catalog. I think the big dogs that are coming in are saying there's a new model, a business model that's going to be introduced, more than likely with the goggles or some other tech, where you can personify, like you can literally be Michael Jackson. It's no longer just, you know what I'm saying?
You can get the full experience.
The full experience. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's going to come in, and they're convincing the artists to say, look, if you hold out, your worth is going to be minimized and cut short, right? Because, AI could probably make better songs than you. Or everybody's going to be utilizing, your content. I think they're preparing for a new business model that's not quite here yet.
Yes.
And they are,
okay.
You feel me?
And you have to leverage that catalog now. Yeah.
Either that or they're bundling it with toxic derivatives or something. Because these got to be big dogs. They cutting you. They done spent a few trillion on all of these artists if you add it up.
It's Hypnosis who's buying Hypnosis, who I think is owned by BlackRock.
So that money long.
So I was on TikTok the other day, and I seen a video dude put together where he literally looked at every single company from State Street to BlackRock to Vanguard and all. And he's like, all of them are owned by one another.
Yes, they own each other.
They all own each
they
other.
They own stock in each other's company.
There's an invisible owner of them all who is the mystery who, you know what I'm saying? Nobody quite knows who that is. Somebody said, okay, the Vatican, you know, quite possibly. So there's somebody that's fronting and putting up that big bread, and they're going directly for people's intellectual properties. And I think that that's going to be a play in the future when they allow people to actually personify these artists and really get into that headspace that, you know, I got a track with Mike on it, son.
Yes, yes.
I got Pac on the hook, right? You're gonna be able to you'll probably be able to pay and license for that soon, because they're gonna make a big deal about it, right? Hegelian dialectic, they create the problem.
Yeah.
Release an AI that clones voices, right? People are gonna record it, and then they're gonna shoot that down. You feel me? Go through the whole TikTok thing with them, and then come with the solution.
Yeah.
You know what? You could just license this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might as well. Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Right?
We can't stop it.
You can't stop it. But only if you got a license, it protects it. If not, we're gonna send the sentinels for you through the matrix.
Yes.
And take your stuff down. But you can actually even come out with you can release this as music.
And let me add this to that equation. The fact that you know about BlackRock means that BlackRock don't own shit. That we need something tangible to see so we can stop our thought process right there. As he mentioned, who niggas behind BlackRock is the real question you really want to know. So BlackRock is the point of reference for you to say they gobbling up everything. Them and the three companies that they allow you to know about. So it's a very good point. Somebody asked you about the aliens in Miami.
Okay, the portal?
The portal that was open.
Again, because I fell down a TikTok rabbit hole with this in particular, I saw that this was a repeat from 23.
Yes.
Now, I would
People
say
don't know that yet.
The Kobe year is a twin year to the Jordan year, which was 23. Right? So, again, utilizing my mythological mind, I just frame my reference like that to say, look at these identical occurrences, setting up the pace for what's going to be a mirror year to 24. But Kobe went home to his own wife in his own house. Jordan did as well. So they appear to mirror one another, but they have totally different lives. Kobe caught a charge. Mike like gambling, right?
Yeah.
So they mirror one another on the court, but they got their totally different characters. And that's the way that these 2 years are going to play out. You're going to see things that may look identical and remind you like these games, but it's going to play itself out totally different because it's reinforcing a different narrative.
Interesting.
So my observation again, because all of these Super Bowl games to me are have themes, they're motifs, and what have you. Last year you had the Chiefs versus the Eagles, right? So the Chiefs were the indigenous people of the quote unquote, because Kansas is the heartland of America, right? And these are the indigenous tribes. And then you have the Eagles, which represent the corporation, it's Rome.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's the U.S. They are what
the eagle that
military
sits on
might.
top. Yes.
Air Force is how they rule. But this is when the weather balloons was compounding this military might and making them look silly. So right away I was telling people, you already know from the narrative, because this is the day of the goddamn game. I'm like, who gonna win. I ain't got to tell you. You can save yourself, Duck is forgiving me to give you the answers.
Yeah.
Just utilize your discernment. Look how this thing is playing out. I said the Pope on July 25th of 2022, when he was in Canada, right, they put the Chiefs bonnet on him. So that decapitate, because he's a godhead. You don't supposed to touch the crown of the Pope because that's how he connects to God.
Right.
The beanie, right?
Yes.
They knocked the beanie off and put the war bonnet on him. It was a war bonnet. So I'm like, too many signs are pointing to what we're looking at as a definitive, you know what I'm saying, championship. And the thing about San Francisco as a team is that the Super Bowl of 2013, when Kaepernick became Kaepernick, is the game that took out, because they played the Baltimore Ravens in New Orleans, where the Saints come marching in, and they lost that game. And a few days later, Pope Benedict, right? 8 days later, Pope Benedict wakes up suddenly and says, I'm going to resign. And then they bring in Francis.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the San Franciscan Friars are named after St. Francis Assisi, who is, you feel me? This is all that Jesuit information. So he comes in as the Jesuit Pope. He's the woke Pope. He's been making a lot of waves this year.
Well, he's talked about
right?
the LGBT marriage.
He's a super progressive Pope. And they said they have a mythology as well, and they said that he's the last Pope. They have a mythology called Peter Romanus or Petrus Romanus, and this mythology came by a seer. They had like a Nostradamus type dude in the 1600s, and he named all of the popes that are gonna come, and this particular pope is the last one. So Peter the Roman is actually Saint Francis Assisi's name is Pietro or Peter. And by him embodying this particular character of St. Francis, he also would be Peter the Roman.
Oof.
So, the Pope thing is very interesting. I don't know if people go that deep into it or what have you, but I'm Pope Pablo, so I gotta.
Well, we know you Pablo, nigga. Shit.
Tabs on the Pope and see how these things
Absolutely.
are moving. So we're looking at, this particular showdown again, where you have the church versus the indigenous people of the planet. And we seen that playing out all last year in these, but we see the indigenous people rising up. We see these indigenous people rebelling. And when them chiefs won, last year was the year of revolution for indigenous folk around the world. We seen about 6 different coups in Africa. You know what I mean?
Right, it's true.
And then you seen these small fry guys, giving black eyes to what looks like the most daunting militaries on the planet. You know what I'm saying? From the real estate agents down to, the UDOT.
Yes.
That. So we're seeing, you like, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Am I following them on Twitter? 'Cause they out here getting busy. They not about the rhetoric. They putting points on the score, scores on the board. So very interesting, the motifs that we're looking at. And like you said, what is ushering in?
Yes. We're
You
gonna.
feel me?
Right.
These are we're at the gate.
And to bring it back to your Miami situation, because you started something and you didn't finish it.
Oh yeah.
And last year, some young teens opened up a porthole. Identical in the mall. And they did the same thing this year.
So I didn't know that.
Same thing, yeah.
Same exact thing.
Send me that
It's like
TikTok.
a loop, yeah.
Because
It's like a loop.
Time loop, yeah.
Like these little, either they were teenagers or they were acting as teenagers. Anyway, they knew what they were doing. Did you see the guy in his room open up that portal using frequency?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right. So,
is a heavier set guy?
well, they never show who he
Okay.
is, but he's in his room and he's got these 2 devices that when the frequency is in tune, it opened up a doorway into something you could see.
Right.
And it's just trying to show you, again, the people are waking up and the quantum mechanics within people are waking up, and now they doing stuff because they're understanding frequency and sound and vibration.
And you know what I mean? And these you know what I mean? And you got these devices and these social networks that are conjoining people with these particular insights and these talents where they're able to do stranger things.
Yes.
Now, I want to again go back to the mythos to say we actively participate in we participate in mythology every single day. Today is Thor's Day. We're participating in the North mythology about Thor. But January is a Roman mythology about a god called Janus, a double-headed god. So while we are complaining and confused and arguing about whether it's the new year or not, we're missing the the whole aspect of the myth. If we took a little bit of time just to understand what Janus is or January, it could be the 11th month and it could be the first, right? You have the ability to exist in 11 dimensions simultaneously, right? So entertain both options and put them together, and then you see the 11 and the 1. Sounds like 1111. That's what you seen on the screen when homie jumped over the desk.
Yes.
At that judge, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right? But at the beginning of the year, going back to the portals in Miami in both years, it initiated and inaugurated and opened up the new year and the new let's just say January.
I got you.
The word Janus or the god Janus means gates, doorways, and portals.
Okay.
That was he was the god of that.
Got you.
The double-headed god. One looks to the right, one looks to the left. They say he's looking in the past, he's looking in the future. It's a double-headed god named Janus, and that is how they have, worked their motifs or their mythos into their motifs that we charge up and participate in. You know what I'm saying? But then we look and we step back and we say, oh, but look at Cat Williams. Look how he opened up Janus or January, right? He's personifying a Legba or the trickster, who also is known to be dwarf-like and small. You know what I'm saying? So even he's in there qualifying the aspect of this particular mythos or this mythology, and we could see it through our lens to say, yeah, that's one of us. I can see exactly how that energy played itself out.
Yes, and with that being said,
Guys,
guys,
you got a treat tonight.
got an extra treat tonight.
You got a treat tonight.
Brother Blue Pill in the building. Tell them what we're going to be again.
Oh, we are going to be in Nicholas, Brooklyn. I believe that's 1396 Fulton Street. That's Brooklyn, New York, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, between Nostrums and New York Avenue on Saturday, February 3rd, right?
Saturn's Day.
Saturn's Day, which is another mythology about Saturn, right? Who was God. So the planets and the days of the planets are also recognized and acknowledged as gods as well. That's part of the mythos. So stop saying that this is a one God situation. There's a lot of them joints running around here, right? But from the hours of 6 to 9, doors open at 5. We look forward to seeing you there. Tell a friend, and please bring some children with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we can share all of this amazing information with the next generation, And it will be the anniversary of the East Palestine derailment that took place last year in East Palestine, Ohio.
Yeah, I forgot all about
It
this.
signaled to me, right?
I forgot all about
that it was going to be a wild situation at some point over there, because I scratched my head and I said, well, if there's a West Bank, then where's Gaza? It's in East Palestine. So I seen the smoke fumes. I'm like, hey,
here we go.
That's right.
Thing is
That's a
coming.
good point.
And then, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we just want to furnish and give the family the tools to remove, you know what I'm saying? This thing is very, I don't want to say simple or easy, right? But the shoe lands a lot softer when you know where you're stepping.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's
yes,
a bar.
I like that. That's a
That
bar.
is a bar.
Feel me? And that's what we are attempting to afford the audience the opportunity, so we can lend you these lenses before you go and get Vision Pro. You know what I'm saying? Let these pros give you some vision.
Yep.
Right? On how to properly navigate this terrain of 2024, a 44-year.
A 44 resonating frequency. Yep.
We'll get into that on Saturday because we'll be here all night.
Yes.
But man, I'm honored. Like I said, this program is on every Monday and Thursday in my household. Shout out to Baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the building. I made it.
He made it. Shouts out.
The Urban X, yeah. So
Thank you for hitting 1,000 likes. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Only took a 2-hour show, but it's all right.
That's
we
all right.
appreciate
We got
y'all.
it. We got it.
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for the cash apps. Don't forget to visit shopurbanx.com for the 29 for 29.
It is on now.
It is on now. Go get you one. Go get you one of these.
Feel me?
Those. And we will see you
Your eye on
guys
the prize.
on Saturday for the people who's going to come out. And then we will see you guys on Sunday for the members. We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
And then on Monday, back for regular scheduled programming. All right?
Peace.